So this is over and over and over again. We're live. It's the biggest game in Arsenal's history for many, many years. This with what's riding on it. Are you feeling nervous? This is the Arsenal versus Villarreal live watch-along.
The Arsenal! The Arsenal!
Hello, good evening. We're 15 minutes away from kickoff in what is probably the biggest game of Arsenal's recent history. Lose tonight, and not only is the season over, but next season is going to be very difficult without any European football, isn't it? So we can't really understate the importance of this game tonight. The big team news is in. I don't know whether you've seen it. I'm sure you have. This is our Arsenal lineup. Just two changes from last week. Bellerin's back in at right back for Callum Chambers, and of course Aubameyang, who scored at Newcastle on Sunday, is in the starting lineup as well. Of course, Ceballos is out with a suspension, and Callum Chambers has been dropped down to the bench. So it looks as though it's going to be a back four of Bellerin, Holding, Mari, and Xhaka at left back. I think the two in midfield may well be Partey and Smith Rowe, with Odegaard in the number 10 position, and then I think Saka will be on the left, Pepe on the right, and Aubameyang obviously through the centre. In terms of the Villarreal side, they've made two changes as well, actually. Obviously, Capu's suspended as well, so it's our old mate Francis Coquelin who's come in there into midfield, and also at right back they've got to change that Foyth, who's on loan from Tottenham. I believe he's got an injury, so Mario Gaspar is in at right back for them, and they're the only two changes. Otherwise, it's the same side that they had last week as well. So they're your team lineups for this game. How are you all feeling? You're confident that we can do it? I don't know. I'm just nervous. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm. I think we can do it. I think it's a decent team that we've picked. But semi-finals are nervy, aren't they? Shane's in the chat. How are you doing, Shane? Thanks for tuning in. He says, "Hi, Rich. Still confident, even with the lineup. Arteta baffles me. We must take our chances coming to Goons." I mean, to be fair, it's probably not far off about as strong a lineup as we could possibly have expected, I guess. With you know, obviously Tierney's he's on the bench, but obviously he's clearly not fit enough to play. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what other changes we could realistically have made. You know, the left back situation has been a problem, hasn't it, since Tierney's been injured? I think Jack has done all right there. You know, BT have got the graphic on the screen as though Saka's playing left back, although, you know, Arteta did say in his interview just before that he was definitely playing in the front line. So we'll see. I'll be surprised if he makes too many changes positionally. I think he'll keep it as it's been in the last few games. I can't see him throwing Saka in at left back when he's not played there all season, has he? No, he can play the game. We need to score goals, and without him in the forward three, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to get those goals, isn't it? So, personally, I would like to see him in the forward position and Xhaka at left back. You know, we've got to take the game to them a little bit, haven't we? Because we need to win this game. We've got to score a goal. You know, just keeping a clean sheet, which hopefully we can do as well, is not enough, is it? We've still got to score a goal to go through. So it's going to be. You know, the onus is on us to attack, so we need Saka up the pitch, I think. And also as well, I think if he's on the left, I think he will offer Granit Xhaka a little bit more protection when we don't have the ball as well. So that's how I think we'll line up anyway. I'm sure that's how it will go. And I think Pepe will be on the right on this particular game, just because I say I'm just a little bit concerned about, you know, Xhaka getting one-on-one with that winger who's Chukwueze, who's caused him a lot of problems last week. Obviously, a very good player. So I think that Saka dropping him and helping him out would actually work really well. So that's how I think we'll line up. But yeah, I'm nervous already. I've been nervous all day. try to think about the game. Just down there it is to subscribe if you haven't done so. I did do a video today on the 1991 on this day where we clinched the league title. Happy days from the past. Let's hope we can maybe recapture some of those happy days in the rest of this season tonight, and obviously in the final as well. Still, a lot to play for. I know it's been a really disappointing season, and none of us are going to be happy, are we, with the position that we are in the league and where we're likely to finish. But ultimately, if we can get through to the final tonight, I'd be confident that we can beat Man United. We've got a good record against them this season. They haven't even scored a goal against us. So, that's for another day, though. We don't want to get carried away. We've got to get through this tonight first. And it's not going to be easy. It isn't going to be easy. So we've got to win this game. And, even a narrow victory might not be enough. A 3-2 victory, for example, would send Villarreal through an away goal. So we need to be tight at the back. We need to concentrate. And hopefully we can score the goal or two that we need to take us through it. But it is going to be, I'm sure, a nervy night. Having said that, though, let's hope we can produce the sort of performance that we did in the last round away in Slavia Prague, where we were 3-0 up at half time and it was happy days. I'm just assuming this game's going to be a lot more difficult than that, a lot more tighter than that. But we'll see. Villarreal are going to be dangerous, of course. We know that they are. We saw last week they've got players who can cause us problems going forward. And we're going to have to be concentrated, as I say, for the full 90 minutes or possibly 120. Hopefully you'll stay with me all the way through. Terry's in the chat. How you doing, Terry? Thanks for tuning in. He says he's with Shane, not overly confident. I just hope we try this week. If we do, I think we stand a good chance. But we're so unreliable at home. No, we are. And that concerns me, our home form. We haven't won any of our last 5 home games. And our last 2 in the Europa League have been very disappointing, haven't they? We lost to Olympiacos. And we also drew with Slavia Prague. Not the greatest performances, those two. We can't score goals at home, can we? And Phil as well says that exactly the same thing there. Home form concerns me. Yeah, Phil, mate, it concerns all of us, I'm sure. But we have produced some good performances at home in the season as well, haven't we? Chelsea, if you remember, the North London derby, we played well at home. Leeds, wasn't it, when we beat them 4-2? That was a good performance at home. So we have had some good performances at home, not enough. And obviously lately we haven't had any, have we? We're going to say we haven't won at home for the last 5 games. In fact, the Tottenham game was the last game that we won at home. That was a long time ago now. It certainly seems a long time ago. So, yeah, it is a concern. But having said that, our away form has been really good and we lost the away leg. So let's hope it reverses this time and our poor home form can be turned around in this game and we can win the home leg. I mean, we have to win it. As simple as that. No other result's good enough, is it? We have to win the game, and let's hope that we win it by enough of a goal difference and scoreline to send us through. I think the important thing is that we don't let Villarreal score, and in that way, at least we're only going to have to try and score 1. But I don't want to be 1-0 up in the last 5 minutes. That would be pretty nervy, wouldn't it? Because we know a goal from them would send us out. Of course, how's Unai Emery going to set up for this game? Bearing in mind, he knows if they do score at any point in this game, we need 3. We need to score 3, don't we? So, or will he try and sit back and hold on to the lead they've got? It's going to be interesting to see how Villarreal line up. And Phil says, "Come on, you Gunners!" Exactly, yeah, come on, you Gunners. Let's do this. I'm confident in that we can do it, but I'm nervous as well. And yes, as Phil pointed out, Terry as well, our home form has been so poor that it is a worry, isn't it? You look at it and you think, how are we going to suddenly turn this home form around? We've got to. There's no other answer to it. We've got to. But we've got the players out there. Smith Rowe, Ødegaard, Aubameyang looked in better form at the weekend. Let's hope he can carry on. He's got a good record in semi-finals, hasn't he? I saw his interview. I don't know if any of you saw his interview in a press conference yesterday. Really, really good interview it was. A little bit of an insight into maybe some of his problems this season, missing his family because they've not been able to fly over to watch the games and stuff like that. So I thought that was really interesting. And maybe, we need to understand that that's probably been an issue at a lot of clubs. And maybe that's why there's been some strange results and a few, big players haven't been on form, not just at Arsenal, but in the Premier League. They're all humans at the end of the day. And it must have been a difficult time for him, away from their families, and they can't travel to see him as much and things like that. So, maybe we need to be a little bit more understanding, perhaps. But let's hope Aubameyang can put all that behind him tonight and put in the sort of performance that we need to send us through. Terry says, yeah, I agree. We need a good 90 minutes, 90 plus minutes. Well, yeah, I know we do. We do. And let's hope that we can, I'm sure the players are aware of exactly what this game means to the club and to their own futures as well. I do feel without European football next season, how are we going to rebuild the squad that clearly needs to be rebuilt? You know, it's difficult, isn't it? Without that extra money of European football, I'm sure the owners aren't going to splash out a lot of money on new players if we haven't got the European money coming in at all. And obviously being in the Champions League, which is the prize at the end of all of this, would be massive for the club, wouldn't it, to get us back in that competition again with all that money as well. And it's so important, this game, and not just this game. If we do get through, there's one more as well. Let's not forget, you know, we did lose in the final, didn't we, a couple of years ago, and ended up with nothing. So we can't afford to do that again. But that's for another day. The most important thing is this next 90 minutes or so, next couple of hours. The teams are going to be coming out. Actually, they're just warming up just lining up in the tunnel to come out actually in this game. Arsenal, of course, will be wearing the red shirt I've got on tonight. You know, none of these protests. You know, I haven't been wearing the new kits recently. You know, as a protest against the owners and stuff like that. But you know, tonight is not the time for that, is it? We just all got to get behind the team and try and hope that we can witness, another semi-final victory and another cup final to look forward to. You know, we've had a lot of cup finals, haven't we, in recent years? You know, with the FA Cup, the League Cup final, Europa League final. You know, we've been fortunate actually, but we need this one more than probably any of the others. You know, so important for the future of the club. So we need to really put this performance in. Arsenal are just lining up in the tunnel at the moment. Bert Leno's actually at the front of the queue now. Of course, Aubameyang will be leading the team out, of course, as captain. Good to have him back, actually. He did look sharp, didn't he, at Newcastle? Took his goal well. Looks a lot more like his old self. Yes, he's not quite there yet, but he's not going to be, is he? Because he hasn't played much football lately, and he has just got over a very, very serious illness, as we know. So, but it was good to see him back. He played well. I'm not sure if he can last a full 90 minutes tonight, but let's hope if he plays 75, 80 minutes, he can get the goals that we need to send us through. I say he's got a great record, hasn't he, in semi-finals, not just for us, previously for Dortmund. So Arsenal just coming out now, being led, I say, by Aubameyang. The Villarreal players are waiting in the tunnel in their all yellow kit again, as indeed they had last week. And so Aubameyang leads Arsenal out on this massive night at the Emirates. The nerves are really starting to kick in now. It's such a big game, isn't it? We can't even really put into words exactly how much it means to the club to get through this tonight. And Francis Coquelin's is coming out there for I've just heard some news there. Terry said, I don't know if this is true, is it? I did see Xhaka get an injury in the warm-up. Tierney's coming at left back with Xhaka injured. Well, is he? I didn't see Kieran Tierney coming out in the tunnel, but I didn't see all the Arsenal players because they switched to the Villarreal team. Let's have a look then. That's an interesting bit of news if that's true. I did see a clip there of Xhaka getting injured in the warm-up, but I didn't know it was bad enough to rule him out of the game. I mean, that's actually a blow. You know, yes, Kieran Tierney, how fit is he? That's the first question we've got to ask. And secondly, Granit Xhaka's been an important player for us. So big news there if it's true. Let's just have a look. We're just going down the line now. Yes, Kieran Tierney is there. Kieran Tierney is in the starting lineup at left back. Big news. Big breaking news. I don't suppose I'm not breaking it to you because Terry broke it to me, so I'm sure you guys probably knew already. But yeah, Kieran Tierney is in the starting lineup at left back. The interesting thing for me then is how fit he is. Clearly wasn't fit enough, or wasn't deemed fit enough to start. So let's see. Let's hope he can get through the game and he doesn't aggravate the injury anymore. But we'll see. He is in the lineup. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this works out. Xhaka had got an injury in a warm-up there just in case you hadn't heard, and Kieran Tierney's in. We all wanted Kieran Tierney to be starting this game, but the fact he wasn't selected worries me slightly in terms of his fitness, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're just doing the coin toss at the moment, and I think Arsenal are going to be staying the way that we are, which is we'll be attacking the clock end in the first half, which is the goal to our right for those who are familiar with the Emirates. I say there's three changes now from the Arsenal team, isn't there? There's Bellerin's coming at right back for Chambers. Tierney's now in at left back for Xhaka, and Aubameyang's in for the suspended Ceballos. And it looks as though Smith Rowe's probably going to be dropping further deeper into midfield alongside Thomas Partey. And 2 changes for Villarreal as well. Their right back, Foyth, of course, who's on loan from Tottenham, is injured. He's out. So they've got Gomez. They've got Perez playing at right back for them. And also as well, they've got Coquelin for Caputo. So we're all ready for kick-off now. Aubameyang's looking focused, actually, which is good to see. Shane says, "Yeah, hi Terry, fingers crossed." But I believe we can do it. Come on, you Gooners. I believe we can do it. I'm not 100% convinced that we will, but we'll see. What I'm going to do is I'll put the score up on the screen for you. So, say Villarreal are currently obviously leading 2-1 in aggregate, as we know. But let's hope that that's not for very much longer. I think we need to start this game well. Unai Emery there and Arteta just had a quick embrace. Arsenal players are taking the knee, the Villarreal players aren't. And we're about to kick off this massive night in North London. Arsenal against Villarreal, semi-final, second leg of the Europa League. These are the games you want to be in the stadium for, aren't they? A second leg at home. I remember the Cup Winners' Cup semi-final in '94, the second leg at home against PSG when we got an early goal, didn't we? Kevin Campbell. And we ended up winning that game 1-0 to go through to the final. It's not often we've had a second leg at home, is it, actually, in the semi-finals of Europe? Of course, the previous one 2 years ago, we were away in the second leg, wasn't we? Away at Valencia. We won the first leg at home. The one before that, again, we was at home in the first leg against Atletico Madrid, wasn't we? And of course, the Champions League semi-final against Villarreal all the way back in 2006. We were away in the second leg as well, wasn't we? After we won that 1-0 at home as well, actually. The last time we were away in a semi-final first, I think it was Man United in 2009. Anyway, Shane says, Tierney back in, Xhaka still big loss. Yeah, no, exactly. I agree. I think he's a massive loss, actually. Very, very big loss. I'm a bit upset about it. But anyway, Kieran Tierney is coming forward now, whips across him from that left-hand side. Pepe's actually starting on the left by the look of it. He's still inside the penalty area. Pepe trying to twist and turn, and he's won a corner inside the first 2 minutes of Francis Coquelin. Good play that for Nicolas Pepe, actually. He looks like he's on the left in front of Kieran Tierney. So Saka will be on the right. Obviously, Tierney is going to give us a lot more threat going forward, isn't he, down that left-hand side as well, than Xhaka would have done. But I say I'm a little bit concerned at how fit he is and how long he can last, and what the other alternative will be later on, probably Cedric, possibly, maybe, if needed. But anyway, we have got a corner taken by Ødegaard, but it's headed out by a Villarreal head, all in the yellow kit. Villarreal, of course, the yellow submarine, as they're known. Be a good name for a song, that, wouldn't it? I'm surprised no one's thought of that already. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward again, finding Pepe again out on that far side, Arsenal's left, plays it into Thomas Partey. Tries to switch it over to this near side, but there's nobody there, actually. I don't know who that was meant for. It's gone straight out for a throw to Villarreal. Not a great pass that from Thomas Partey. Not quite sure what that was all about. He does that quite a lot, doesn't he, actually? Anyway, it's early days still, obviously. Only 2.5 minutes played. 0-0 on the night, so it's still 2-1 in aggregate to Villarreal. Also, those 2 goals they got in the first half an hour last week. Really poor start we made to that game. We're lucky to still be in this, but I say sometimes in the cup, you need a bit of luck, don't you, to go through, to get to finals. And maybe our luck was last week with that penalty that clearly wasn't a penalty, let's be honest. And we went on to get that away goal. But it's going to be meaningless if we don't go on and win this game tonight, isn't it? So let's hope that we can. Bellerin won the header there from the throw. Saka's trying to win possession on this near side, but it's the left back Pedraza. Of course, had a good game last week. I thought he faded out of it a bit in the second half, but he looked a decent player for them actually last week. But that's Arsenal's left back Tierney back in the team. His first start for a long time actually, isn't it? Since was it Liverpool game? Was it when he got injured? Which actually was Aubameyang's last start before the weekend as well. So maybe getting some of our big players back fit just the right time, maybe. But we'll see. Just hope Kieran Tierney's going to be fit. I'm still a bit worried about how he's going to get on in this game. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's just focus on the players that are on the pitch. Anyway, we've given the ball away quite cheaply there. Villarreal are coming forward now. It's that Alcacer on this near side. Plays the ball back again to Pedraza. Villarreal actually enjoying some possession in our half of the field. We just gave the ball away quite cheaply there, actually, on this near side. A bit of a mix-up between Bellerin and Saka, and Villarreal picked up possession. Again, they're quite slow with the ball, but Saka makes him rush there, and Villarreal now coming forward down this near side with Pedraza again. The left back, can he get across in his face by Hector Bellerin? Of course, Bellerin didn't play last week, so he's got a new opponent coming up against him today. I thought, he had a decent first half last week, actually, the left back for Villarreal. That's a good switch of play, actually, there from Coquelin, actually, out to the far side. And now a shot comes in. It's a good save from Leno. Villarreal looking for that early away goal to cancel out the one we had last week. It was Chukwueze there, I think, with the shot coming in from that right-hand side. A good save from Leno. It was going in, actually. It was Chukwueze there with a shot just from the edge of the box. He tried to curl it into the far corner, but Leno read it well and pushed it over the crossbar. It would have probably dipped in, actually, so it's a good save. And it's going to be the first corner of the game to Villarreal. We need to keep switched on defensive. It's going to be Chukwueze to take this corner as well from the near side. He's got an option short as well. We need to, obviously, they did score from a corner last week. If you remember that second goal, really poor defensive play from Arsenal, but we've dealt with this one. They took it short, actually, and Villarreal, actually, we haven't managed to clear it. They're still coming forward down this near side, keeping possession well in the early stages of Villarreal. We'll try to thread the ball through there, but it was well read there from Saka, who tries to play a pass but slips as he played it, and Villarreal can pick up possession. Good work from Aubameyang, actually, up front there, working hard for the team. But Pedraza's tried to burst forward, but Bellerin's tied it up and gives it back to Leno. It's a good save, actually, from Bert Leno there. Really good save. I thought he had a decent game last week as well in that first leg. Kept us in it, didn't he? A couple of saves in the second half when it was 2-0. Would have been game over if any of those went in. But we've given the ball away again. But Thomas Partey stepped in to make an interception. Been a little bit sloppy, we have, actually, in these opening 6 minutes of this game. Given the ball away a couple of times in dangerous areas. Not the greatest of starts, actually, from Arsenal. For the first couple of minutes, we were on top, won a corner. But since then, we've been very sloppy with our passing, actually. Not really got into our rhythm at all yet. And I say Villarreal have had the best chance, the only real chance of the game so far. A good save from Bernd Leno. Of course, it's been talked that he wants to leave the club, actually, hasn't there? Which, wouldn't be really good with it at the moment. I think we've got a few issues there. Matt's in the chat there agreed. Leno class last week. Shame he's not like that consistently. He hasn't been this season, has he? I think, last season he was brilliant, wasn't he? And this season he hasn't quite managed to perform as well. So, but it was a good performance last week, and let's hope he's not needed too much more tonight, actually, because that will mean that we're attacking more and they're not getting many chances. But we're coming forward now with Hector Bellerin. He's just drifted inside from the right, finds Rob Holding, plays it across to Pablo Mari. I'm not 100% convinced about that partnership, if I'm honest. But anyway, let's hope they can put a decent performance in tonight. Rob Holding just has a few concentration issues for me, and it's important that he doesn't switch off tonight. Thomas Geller in the chat there. Come on, you Goonies. Yes, indeed. Come on. It's a long way to go yet in this game tonight, isn't there? Let's hope that we can get the goal. Ball played forward there from Cheney. Finds Smith Rowe down that far side. Plays it back to Pepe. Wasn't a great ball across, actually, and Villarreal can now break with Chukwueze on that far side. Pepe's chasing after him. That's almost like a sprint there between those two. Very quick, but Chukwueze's gone past Pepe. He's now faced with Pablo Mari. His touch was a bit heavy, actually. Mari's briefly held him up, but he got past Pepe a little bit too easily there, Chukwueze. He's managed to keep possession, but just maybe showed a bit of a heavy touch there, luckily, and Pablo Mari was able to hold him up. And Lee says this is dreadful lineup. Well, let's not be too early to judge. I mean, I don't know what other options. There wasn't many other options, was there? With Xhaka injured in the warm up as well. You look at the bench. Who on that bench realistically would have gone into the starting lineup to improve this team? Lacazette, but how fit is he? We don't know, do we? Other than that, I'm not disappointed with the lineup. I've got to be honest. I don't think in the circumstances it's pretty much as strong as we could hope for. And the good news is Tierney is back. He wasn't meant to be, but he is, and that's a positive as well. So I'm not disappointed with the lineup particularly. It's what it is. I say it's where we are, and it's the players that we've got available. And it's a reasonably strong side, and it should be strong enough to get this job done. Let's be honest, with the attacking players that we've got. Villarreal, let's not get carried away. They're not a great side, are they? They're a decent team. but they're not one of the European greats, are they? And it is a good opportunity for us to get to the final, definitely tonight. But it's the home form that we've mentioned before, which isn't great, is it? Lee says there, Martinelli playing where Odegaard is, maybe have Balogun on the bench. Yeah, possibly. I mean, Martinelli is the only. I just feel as though he's done well in the Europa League, and I think Arteta trusts him. And these are the players that Arteta trusts the most. I think you can see by the lineup as we've had in the previous knockout rounds as well. But this is a good ball actually. Saka on his near side, faced up with the defender Pedraza, goes past him but cuts inside, and good play actually. Good defending there from the goal scorer from last week, Trigoros. He scored that opening goal. Did some good defensive work there to hold up Saka, and Villarreal have just won a throw-in right by the corner flag. That was good play there from Villarreal, actually good defensive play. And Xhaka there sitting on the bench, looking a little bit sorry for himself. Unfortunate injury for him. But first game he's missed for a while, actually. But I say it has given Kieran Tierney the opportunity to get back. Oh, mistake at the back there from Villarreal, nearly letting Nicolas Pepe, but they managed to get it clear, actually. Looked like it was initially a mistake there from the Spaniards at the back. And Pepe was onto it quickly, but it was good defending again, though, from Villarreal. They managed to get the ball clear. Lee again's in the chat there. Uber offers nothing. Pepe plays are not progressive 90% of the time. No, I agree with that. I mean, Uber doesn't offer us as much, but I think, when you look at his record in semi-finals for us and big games, he has done pretty well. So I would have given him the nod regardless of the fitness of Lacazette tonight anyway. I totally agree with Nicolas Pepe, actually. But anyway, Chuck Wilsey again tries to cut inside and have a shot. This time it's blocked by Kieran Tierney. He's been a threat already, hasn't he, Chukwueze for Villarreal down that right-hand side, the far side. As we look, he's got the ball again now. Villarreal knocking it around in midfield. Lee says their ESR should be in Odegaard's position. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the interesting point as well. But, one or two little tweaks. I don't forget they can always switch around as the game goes on if we need to. It's Chukwueze again actually trying to thread a ball through, but Kieran Tierney does well and keeps possession, gives it to Thomas Partey in the middle of the park. Tries to set maybe an attack coming for Arsenal. We haven't really threatened the Villarreal goal yet, apart from that very early corner, which they dealt with fairly comfortably, if we're totally honest, actually. But anyway, was it a clearance there from Pablo Mari? It hit the dangerous Moreno, of course, their top scorer for Villarreal this season. 26 goals he's got. They did win at the weekend, actually, as well. They won 1-0 to move into the top six, actually, in the La Liga. It's a tight game now, by the look of it. They was at home, got a 1-0 victory, of course, while we were winning away at Newcastle. But Aubameyang's just given the ball away, actually, and again, Villarreal are coming forward. They've been the better team, actually, in his opening 12 minutes. There's no doubt about that. They've had more possession of the ball. They've looked more dangerous. They have had the only real shot at goal. I say that shot from Chukwueze that produced a good save from Leno. It's not been great from Arsenal yet, actually. Very slow start, but it's going to be a long night, isn't it? There's plenty of time for us to get going. It's important that we dig in at the moment when we're not maybe firing on all cylinders, and we try and keep ourselves. Certainly we don't want Villarreal to get an away goal, do we? We were fortunate to get ours, so it's important that we keep that advantage at least. And then hopefully we can nick the goal that we need, or at least the one goal that we need. Hopefully we can score a couple more to make it a little bit less nervy. But anyway, we're currently in possession with Leno. He's about 10 yards outside the penalty area. Plays the ball to Mari, out to Kieran Tierney on that far side. Plays it inside to Thomas Partey. Lee says, just wait, watch the back pass coming up. Yeah, I must admit, we're playing it out from the back and we're making a bit of a hash of it, but Rob Holding goes long there, up over halfway. We're trying to play it out from the back. It's not really working, and coming forward, it's Trigaros there in midfield, trying to come forward for Villarreal. Thomas Partey briefly holds him up, but they still keep possession, actually, and it's with Prajero who plays it back to Torres, the defender. for Villarreal. Must admit, they have been a better team, but they've just given the ball away to Ødegaard actually now. This could be a good chance for Arsenal to get an attack going. Smith Rowe plays it out to the far side to Nicolas Pepe. Is he going to go past his man? He's on the left-hand side. You know, he's left-footed. No excuse to have to cut back like he does on the right, really, but he has gone backwards. He's in possession again. He's got Thomas Partey inside. He finds Thomas Partey. Lofted ball over the top there, but it's headed clear by the Villarreal defence. And suddenly now Villarreal have got a break on with Moreno. Plays a good ball inside, actually, to Francis Coquelin. I'm sure he won't want to score against us, will he? Trigaros tries to play it through towards Alcesa, but it was overhit, actually. It's gone all the way through to Bernd Leno. But that was a dangerous counter-attack there from Villarreal. They're worrying me every time they get the ball, actually, because they are coming forward at pace, looking to attack us at every opportunity, actually. Every time we give the ball away, they are attacking us pretty well, which is a little bit of a concern. But anyway, we are currently in possession now. Rob Holding locks the ball over the top, this near side, looking for Bukayo Saka, who gets there, actually, beats the defender. He's got into the penalty area. Of course, he did win a penalty last week, but Pedraza gets back there, the left back, and Arsenal have got their second corner of the game. This is going to be on the near side. Saka did well then, actually. So he did. It was his running at the defence last week that got us the important penalty. We all know it wasn't really a penalty, don't we? But anyway, it could be an important goal. That we've got knocked out on away goals in Europe quite a lot in recent years. So it might be nice if an away goal actually works in our favour for once. Anyway, we've got a corner on this near side, which Ødegaard again is going to take. Villarreal did deal with the last corner that we had from the other side. But a little bit of pushing and shoving in the penalty area there. The referee's got his eye on it. So there's a little brief hold up here. It's Pajero and Bellerin actually are in very close proximity there. The corner now comes in from Ødegaard towards the near post. The goalkeeper flaps it a little bit, but he did get enough of it to get it away. And now Villarreal again can look to get a counter-attack going. Chukwueze now is on this near side. Plays the ball back to Parejo. And it is now back with the goalkeeper. I mean, he managed to get enough on that, the goalkeeper. He did look a little bit shaky last week as well, didn't he, with crosses? Flapped at a couple of things, punched when he could have caught. And he looked a bit uncertain there as well, but he did do enough to get it away. And Villarreal are back in possession again, just inside their own penalty. We're not pressing them high up the pitch at all. You know, their central defender, Torres, there has just literally had the ball, so much space in front of him. He was at walking pace, nobody closing him down. Yes, it's still early in the game, and maybe Arsenal are a little bit, you know, worried about a counter-attack leaving too much space in behind. But surely we've got to try and press early and win the ball back high up the pitch. But anyway, Villarreal are still in possession here. It's come out to this near side to Pedraza again, the left back. That's a good ball over the top, actually. Rob Holding's underneath it, manages to get it away. I think it was Moreno running in behind him there. Important that he got there, and he did. Comfortable enough, actually. And now the ball's back with Bernd Leno to Pablo Mari. Again, Villarreal aren't really pressing us too much in front of our own penalty area either. Ødegaard's dropped very deep to get the ball. Lee says there, Ødegaard passed sideways and back with no. Well, we're all doing that in a minute, but anyway, there's a long ball there towards Nicolas Pepe. He's now on this right hand side. Actually, has he got past the defender? No, he hasn't. The goalkeeper's out and got hold of the ball there. Looks like Pepe and Saka have switched sides. Pepe now is having a run at this left back. Pedraza. It's a good ball actually from Pablo Mari. I think it was. He managed to get the other side of the defender, but the ball ran through to the goalkeeper. And Villarreal again have got possession inside their own penalty area. And again, we're not really pressing either. A long ball out from defence out to this far side. And suddenly now Villarreal are coming forward again. They are looking dangerous, but Smith Rowe got back well, actually. And then Thomas Partey was able to clear it up. It's now gone back to Kieran Tierney. And again, it's back with Leno. We are passing backwards a lot. We get away with that one just. Now it's Saka on this left-hand side this time. Plays the ball inside to Thomas Partey. Now it's out on this. We've switched it over to this right-hand side now. Pepe on the right. Cuts inside. Finds Thomas Partey. That's a good switch actually over to the far side to Smith Rowe. Ball bounces up, but he's managed to keep it in. Kept it under control. Plays it back to Kieran Tierney. Looks like he's lining up a cross. It is a cross, but it doesn't beat the first man. Headed away, but only as far as Thomas Partey. Arsenal keeping the pressure on now. Smith Rowe again on that far side. Skips past the defender. Can he get a cross in? He does. Again, it's a Villarreal head on it. The goalkeeper comes out and punches, but not very far. But the clearance is cleared. The Villarreal defence do clear it away to halfway. And Kieran Tierney's underneath the ball. Plays it across to Pablo Mari. This is better from Arsenal. We're finally putting a bit of pressure on the Villarreal defence, keeping possession of the ball in that final third. We haven't done enough of that yet in this game. He's opening 20 minutes nearly. We've played 19 and a half minutes we've played. It is still 0-0, which of course is 2-1 in aggregate to Villarreal, but they've been the better team in these opening 20 minutes actually. But finally now we're getting a bit of possession. Can we put this to, get something at the end of it, get an opportunity to score? Hector Bellerin there was fouled by Pedraza, and Arsenal got a free kick, which Bellerin's taken quickly, but backwards. And it's Kieran Tierney now. Plays it out to Saka on that far touchline. So he's now over on that left-hand side. Switch to two wide players. Mikel Arteta has Saka now. Can he go past the defender? Cuts back inside him, cuts in towards the penalty area. Saka now dinks the ball to the far post with his right foot, but it wasn't a great cross. He was looking for Nicolas Pepe, and it's rolled out for a goal kick. Again, the final third of decisions haven't quite been right. We haven't quite got a final ball in there. Saka then try to lift it to the far post. I think he was expecting Pepe to maybe make a run in behind the defender, but he didn't. And it has gone out for a goal kick. Of course, Villarreal are in no rush to take many things at the moment, are they? They're quite happy to take their time. And of course, we would do the same, I'm sure, in their position. But say 20 and a half minutes played. It is still 0-0. And not a lot really to say from an Arsenal perspective yet. In fact, the best chance has gone to Villarreal. Good save from Bernd Leno, actually, from Chukwueze. And Arsenal haven't really threatened the Villarreal goal yet. A couple of corners, but didn't come to anything. So, but it is still fairly early days in this game. We don't necessarily need to score early, do we? A goal in the last minute of the game will send us through, but not sure too many of us could take that in terms of the stress that will cause. But anyway, we'll see. Bellerin now, has that gone out? No, it's kept in. Exchanges passes well with Odegaard. We're keeping possession quite nicely, but again, it's backwards and sideways in our own half now. Bellerin, he's closed down quickly by Prajar, actually, and suddenly they've got a man over here. Villarreal, cross comes in from left-hand side, deflected into the arms of goalkeeper Bernd Leno. Just as well that got deflected, actually, because that looks a dangerous bit of play there. But Chukwueze then has just took the ball off Smith Rowe on the far side, plays it across the penalty area. Villarreal now is it going to be a shot comes in? It's a free kick, actually, right on the edge of the box, given away by Thomas Partey. This is a dangerous situation for Villarreal. Again, we gave the ball away in a dangerous area. It was Chukwueze, actually, who took it off Smith Rowe. That's what led to that in the first place. And then Thomas Partey was late there. And it is a free kick on the edge of the box, just slightly to the right-hand side of the goal. It's about, 10 yards outside the penalty area, or maybe slightly more. In fact, it must be slightly less because the wall's going back inside the area. This is a dangerous moment, this actually, for Arsenal, this free kick. I think it's going to be Parejo to take it. It is, I say, about 8 yards outside the penalty area, just slightly to the right-hand side. Arsenal have got 4 men in the wall and someone lying down behind it, who I think is Hector Bellerin. We've got a tall wall, Aubameyang holding, Mari and Thomas Partey in the wall. And Villarreal have got 3 in front, actually, trying to make it difficult for Bernd Leno. This is a nervy moment. It's midway through this first half. Pajero with a free kick. Oh, it's just clipped the top of the net, actually, as it went over. Luckily, it was over the top of the crossbar. He got it over the wall, but it couldn't come down quick enough, and it just brushed the top of the net as it went over. Leno was kind of there. I think he would have probably saved it had it been on target. But we certainly don't want to be giving away too many free kicks in those sort of positions, do we? So 23 minutes gone now. It is still 0-0, and Villarreal have been the better team. They've certainly had the better of these opening exchanges in this game. And it's going to be a long goal kick this time from Bernd Leno. Everybody's moved up the pitch. Maybe that's a good idea, actually. Get rid of the get the pressure off of our own penalty area. The ball's been in front of our area for quite a long spell in this first half, but Villarreal have picked it up again. Rob Holding with the header into Thomas Partey does well, actually holds off the challenge, and now can Arsenal get forward? Erdegaard in the centre circle finds Bellerin. He's got Saka outside him. They switched again, the two wide players. Saka's now on his right-hand side again. He's got the ball, gets a crossing with his left foot into the near post. Again, Villarreal just about managed to deal with it, but Arsenal again have run it back. Kieran Tierney tries a shot from distance, but it's well wide of the post. Of course, Kieran Tierney did get an important goal in this competition, didn't he, when we were on the brink of going out in Benfica? Seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? A really important goal he got that night before Aubameyang got the winner right at the end. But that shot there was, about 10 yards wide with his left foot, actually. Nowhere near the goal, unfortunately, on that particular occasion for Kieran Tierney. Got 2 goals this season, remember, as well, hasn't he? One against West Brom and that one against Benfica. And he did score, was it against Watford last year as well, wasn't it? Towards the end of last season. Anyway, it was a free kick to Arsenal, an offside against Villarreal. Thomas Partey plays the ball over the top, looking for Nicolas Pepe on that near side, on that far side. Now, say they've swapped again the 2 wide players. Now it's Kieran Tierney on that far side. Can he whip a cross in? He can't. It's blocked, and it goes behind for another corner. Again, it was Coquelin, actually, who blocked that cross from Kieran Tierney. Of course, Coquelin had a good season for Arsenal, didn't he? Was it 2014, 2015, wasn't it, when we won the Cup? He had a great season then for Arsenal. Never quite lived up to that afterwards, did he? A couple of injuries and stuff, but he's played well, actually, tonight so far. He's done a good job there in front of the defence, and he did block that cross, but it is another corner to Arsenal from the far side this time. Comes in from Erdegaard, an outswinger, but again, it's a head from Villarreal, but Arsenal still got the ball. Nicolas Pepe on the far side. Erdegaard chips the ball in, goes to the far side to Aubameyang, puts it back across the box again. They clear it. Aubameyang shot, it's the post, and it's gone wide. Outside of his foot there, Aubameyang from the edge of the penalty area. It curled around the defence, beat the goalkeeper, hit the outside of the post. He put a cross in first of all. It came back to him. He did it first time. It curled. It was going away from the goal initially. It curled in, just not quite enough. First time shot there with his right foot. Great effort. Hits the post. Outside of his foot there. The goalkeeper was going to get nowhere near it. Could have hit the inside of the post, but it didn't. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come tonight. But at last, we've put some threat on a Villarreal goal. Hit the post there. That was really unfortunate, that from Aubameyang. It would have been a great strike. And it would have been another semi-final goal for Aubameyang. He's had a few of them in his career. Obviously, he got 2 last season in the FA Cup for us, didn't he, against Manchester City. Could do with 2 goals from him tonight. But actually, there's an injury to Villarreal. It looks like it's Chukwueze, actually, which could be good news for us because he's been a threat, actually, for Villarreal in his opening 25 minutes. But he's gone down over on that far side of the pitch. Not quite sure what it was, but the physio's on the pitch now. Not quite sure what happened to him there, actually. Are they going to be able to see? Oh, no one was near him. He's just gone down and looks like he's signalling to be taken off. Not quite sure what's happened to him. Anyway, he's gone down. There was nobody near him at the time. And we don't like to see players having to go off injured, of course. But certainly from our point of view, that's probably helped us because he's been a threat, hasn't he? He's been a real threat. And he was a threat last week as well. And he looks in a lot of pain. Not quite sure what the injury is. There was nobody near him. He wasn't a tackle. He wasn't a clash with another player. He just went down. And he hasn't really moved since. And it looks like they're going to be making a substitution, Villarreal, an enforced change for them. 28 minutes gone. He's actually going off on a stretcher, Chukwueze. Not looking good, this. It's not looking good for him at all. And his night is over. Not really sure what the injury was, what it is. Didn't look like there was a lot, nobody around him. And that's usually a bad sign, isn't it, when the player goes down, when it hasn't been a challenge or there hasn't been, you can clearly see what the injury is. But with that, I'm not really sure what it is. He was signalling straight away that he needed to go off, and he's now going off on a stretcher. So the Villarreal danger man, Chiquenzi, his semi-finals over. It could even be more than that, because it looks a serious injury, this. So I'm not quite sure what happened, but it's going to be Pino to come on for Villarreal. I think he might have been the guy that scored their winning goal at the weekend, actually. So he's going to be a threat as well. Let's not think it's going to be easy. But their big danger man, Chiquenzi, is going off, and he looks in a lot of discomfort, actually. He is now off the pitch on his stretcher, so let's hope he's okay. But certainly from our point of view, that's probably helped our call slightly, because I say he was causing us a few problems in the early stages of this game. So, but anyway, let's see. Pino now is on for them over on that far side. Let's see what he does. But again, we're trying to play it out from the back. Pablo Mari nearly gets caught there from Moreno, but he manages to clear the ball away. But again, we haven't really managed to keep possession, and Villarreal have just won it back again. It's not been the greatest start, if I'm totally honest, from Arsenal in this game in the first half an hour or so. Not been a great start at all. But anyway, Villarreal are coming forward again over on that far side. But again, they can almost play a walking pace in defence, because we're not putting them under enough pressure at all. It's far too easy for Villarreal at the moment. And the goalkeeper's now got the ball, just walking outside his penalty area. Now he goes long. Looks for a long ball down the middle, actually, but Rob Holding's there. Good header. Finds Thomas Partey. That was good play, that, from Rob Holding. Watched the ball well and got a header in. Now Pepe again is over on that far side. Arsenal's left. Does well there, actually. Finds Smith Rowe. Gets it back. Can he get across in now, Pepe? He's faced with the right back for Villarreal. Perez twisting and turning on the edge of the box there. Finds Kieran Tierney. Gets it back. Pepe. Can he get past his man and get across him? We've got plenty of bodies in the box if we do, but he actually loses the ball. Really poor play that was from Pepe. At least try and go past him and whip across him. We had about 4 or 5 men forward there in the box, waiting for a cross to come in, and he delayed it, and the ball was taken off him. That was really poor. That was from Nicolas Pepe there. Shane says there, Richard Bellerin, the least talented player in our squad. What is he good at? Well, he's coming forward now. He's good at wearing clothes, isn't he? And having nice hair. Anyway, he's coming forward now down his near side, but across, he ran out of space, and it's just gone straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. I don't know if he's the least talented. I would give that probably to Ceballos, if I'm honest. But anyway, yeah, he's not done enough. Certainly not in this game so far. That's for certain. And he's not the only one, if we're totally honest. But anyway, he did play quite well at Newcastle at the weekend, to be fair. And he's not really played that much football lately. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, because I don't think he's good enough generally. But, anyway, he has given the ball away a couple of times tonight so far already in dangerous areas. And obviously that's not good enough. But Villarreal, that substitution doesn't seem to have affected them too much. The game is following a similar pattern to prior to Chiquenzi going off, actually. And Arsenal again, Bellerin again loses the ball in the middle of the pitch, and it sets an attack going for Villarreal. Dangerous looking move. This is the substitute there of his first involvement. Is a bit of space here on his near side for Torres, actually, the defender who's come forward. Very adventurous play from him. Plays it into the penalty area to last week's goal scorer, Triqueiros. He tries to play it across the box. Holding was there. And Arsenal can't really get the ball clear at the moment. Erdegaard's trying to get it up the line. And it's gone out, actually, for a goal kick off a Villarreal player. This is not great from Arsenal, I've got to be honest. And Terry says he's a good gardener. No, he is. He likes planting his trees, doesn't he? But, yeah, I suppose he's quite good at gardening. He's good at wearing clothes, and he has got nice hair. I'll give him that. Very nice hair. But as a footballer, no, he's perhaps not quite good enough anymore, is he? He's lost his pace, and he seems to have lost his confidence as well, if I'm totally honest. He's just given the ball away again as we speak, and it's in a dangerous position again. And Villarreal are swarming forward, actually. They've done this well now. It's the fullback coming forward. Actually, Pepe commits himself. He's lost the ball. It's an opportunity for Villarreal. A cross comes in, but it's too close to Leno, who manages to deal with it pretty well. It was a fullback there rather than a winger getting forward, and you could see by the cross, but suddenly Arsenal can launch a counter-attack. But Villarreal are swarming forward every single time we lose the ball. They've definitely come here to get the away goal. There's no doubt about that. And they've looked a threat, actually. And then we had an opportunity for a counter-attack, and then we get just over halfway, and then again we're passing the ball backwards. Saka now on this near side. See if he can run at the defence. He plays it inside. Bellerin now this time. Can he do better? He's gone past his man. He needs a bit of support now. He's got it from Saka, but he gives it away again. I don't know how many times he's given the ball away in his opening 34 minutes, but it must be quite a lot. And Villarreal have actually kept possession of the ball pretty well, actually, in this first half. They've played well, like they did in the first half last week. And then we did grow into the game in the second half. Let's hope the same happens again. Let's not forget we do need a goal. 0-0 is not enough. We need to score a goal and win this game. But at the moment, we've not really threatened it. That one opportunity from Aubameyang, when he shot with the outside of his right foot, cold, and hit the outside of the post. It was always going away from the goal, and it did cut in, but not early enough. I say the outside of the post. And that's the only real opportunity that we've had in this first half. Villarreal have certainly had the more dangerous moments. Leno's made a good save. They had a free kick up to the top of the goal as well. They've certainly looked more threatening. They've passed the ball a lot better than us as well, Villarreal. It has to be said. This hasn't been a great performance from Arsenal. There's good movement from Villarreal. I don't want to say it, but they're playing with a plan, a clear plan, and everybody knows their job. Whereas Arsenal still look a little bit like the individuals that are quite sure exactly what they're meant to be doing sometimes. And this is good play from Villarreal, to be fair. But I say they did the same last week, and then in the second half they ran out of steam. And let's hope, I say, for the same again. But they're knocking it around at the back now pretty comfortably between the goalkeeper and the defenders. And Arsenal, again, aren't putting the goalkeeper under any pressure. Nobody's pressing. Arsenal are playing almost at a walking pace. Do they not realise what's at stake in this game? Not just for this season, but the whole future of the club. And they just don't seem to be, up for it at all, really, at the moment. They just don't. And Leno just kicked the ball straight out for a throw over on the far side. Again, Arsenal trying to play it out from the back. Poor. Really, really poor. It's not good enough at all. Villarreal now got a throw on the far side, midway inside Arsenal's half. Coquelin now with the ball, gives it back to the fullback who took the throw, Perez. And Villarreal are looking comfortable in possession. And I say they have looked a threat as well when they broke forward. They've got bodies into our box, and I say they are looking for this away goal. They're definitely looking to try and get an away goal, which would, of course, counteract our one from last week. But Odegaard's just won a free kick in the middle of the pitch. There's a foul by Coquelin, actually, doing his job for the team. Terry says, we're being too negative and playing too slow. Exactly, no, we are. That's exactly what we are doing. Far too slow. And, we're making it far too easy for Villarreal, actually. I say, where's that urgency for a semi-final? Where are we putting them under pressure constantly, forcing mistakes? We're not doing it. We need to score a goal in this game, and it just doesn't look as though, again, it's very conservative from Arteta, isn't it? And yes, we don't want to concede a goal. That's clear, because it makes our job a lot harder. But at some point in this game, we're going to have to start taking a few more risks, throwing a few more bodies forward and getting the ball in the box, because we've just not done it enough. That free kick there from Odegaard, really, really poor. Over out to the far side. Pablo Mari could only flick it on and out for a goal kick. It's just not good enough. And it's not good enough. As simple as that. And it's got to improve. We're 7 minutes away, 8 minutes away from half time, 7 minutes away from half time, sorry. And we've had one opportunity at goal, which did hit the outside of the post from Aubameyang. Just shows a little bit of quality that he's got if he gets a chance. But he's not been in the game. Pretty much his only kick he's had. And if, unless we get our forward players more into the game. But now we've got an opportunity here. Aubameyang's now got a little bit of space on that far side, cutting into the penalty. What he likes to do, tries to shot the goal, he spills it, but he's got it again. Again, he's looked uncertain, that goalkeeper. We need to start having shots. That was better from Arsenal. Aubameyang cutting it from that left-hand side. He's like, he tries to cut them balls in, doesn't he, over into shot into the far post. This one, he didn't really get enough whip on it. It was straight at the goalkeeper, but he actually dropped it it went through his legs, but no Arsenal player was there to take advantage, and he was able to grab it at the second attempt. But he certainly looked dodgy with the ball in his hands, isn't he? Anything towards him in terms of crosses and shots, he's not looking great, is he? So we need to put him under more pressure. But at least it was another shot at goal, and again it was Aubameyang. He is going to be our hope, isn't he, of getting the goal that we need in this game, or the goals that we need. He's had our only 2 efforts at goal in this game so far. But again, Villarreal coming forward, and again they're looking dangerous. This is Moreno, of course, their top scorer. Deflection, it's just gone wide. Was that Bellerin again? It was meant to be a cross there for Moreno. I think it was Pablo Mari actually deflected the cross. Could have gone anywhere. He cuts into the box, and it actually came off Mari, and in the end went about 4 yards wide. Leno was scrambling. I don't really think it wasn't going in, but again, it's another corner to Villarreal, and again, they've looked dangerous when they come forward, but they've got a corner now on this near side. They did score, of course, remember that from a corner last week. Really poor defending. We need to be switched on this time. We certainly can't allow them a goal now in the last 5 minutes of this first half. And it is Albiol again, who's up looking for another goal. It comes to him at the far post. It's deflected again. And it was Albiol again, the veteran defender who got that goal last week. This time the corner came all the way across to the far post. It was flicked on actually by an Arsenal head. And then I think it was Pepe who blocked the shot. Actually, it was Thomas Partey, I think, who blocked the shot. It's going to be another corner to Villarreal on the far side. 5 minutes till half time. It is still 0-0, but we're hanging on a little bit here. It's another corner to Villarreal, this time from the far side. We haven't dealt with these too well so far. Albiol again is in there looking for a goal. But this time we do manage to get it clear, but it's back out again over to the far side I think it's a substitute Pino there. Now Villarreal again looking to try and get the ball into the box. This is not a nice play inside the area, but Aubameyang's back actually doing his defensive work, clears it away. It is a throw on the far side. It seemed to be hanging on a bit here. That was a substitute there. Pino, looks like he's got the name Jeremy on his back actually, but anyway, not quite sure what that's about, but never mind. But it was a substitute Pino there. Looked like he just got clear. Man United have scored in their second leg away in Rome. So it's 7-2 on aggregate. I don't think there was any doubt they were going to go through. It's Cavani with their goal. But it's us that need a goal. But a ball there played into the box of Villarreal, runs all the way through to Bernd Leno in the closing stages of this first half. It's not been a great first half again from Arsenal, a bit similar to last week actually. But this time we haven't conceded any goals, unlike the 2 we conceded last week. So at least that's one good thing to come out of this first half so far. But as I keep saying, we need a goal. We need to score. And so far, we haven't really threatened to get one. Just that real one opportunity from Aubameyang, which hit the outside of the post. And it was always going away from the goal, really. So, and his other shot was straight at the keeper. So we've certainly not done enough in the attacking sense. And some of our defending has been a little bit last-ditch and chaotic at times as well. So not a great combination. But it is still 0-0. You know, we've still got 50 minutes of this game or more to play, and let's hope that we can start to improve, because we need to show a little bit more intensity as though we really want it. You know, it was the players got a nice reception from some fans that are outside the stadium as they come in on the bus. Surely that must have given them a lift, you would have thought. You know, missing the fans in the stadium, I'm sure for a big game like this, the atmosphere would have been amazing, wouldn't it? But I just thought maybe having the fans there to cheer them off the bus would have been nice. But it doesn't seem to have had the desired effect so far in this game. Arteta's got another big half-time talk on, hasn't he? Shane says, we are shocking. The game plan is to approach a semi-final like a pre-season game. Well, I don't know. It's very, very slow, ponderous. But anyway, we are now coming forward with Thomas Partey. Can we add a little bit more pace to our attack? Ødegaard now, he's got Saka outside him on his near side. Saka inside the penalty area, but it's a terrible cross there. Goes straight over the bar. And that kind of sums up the first half, really, from Arsenal. Nowhere near good enough. Very negative. And when we have come forward, the final decision or the final ball has been poor. That was a bad cross there. I mean, I'm not going to have a go at Saka particularly. That just was a poor cross of his right foot. Off balance he was as he hit it. When you're on your weaker foot, you certainly need to get your body shape better than that if you're going to put a good ball in. He's normally pretty good over that side as well, isn't he, putting crosses in, but that was poor. And we are getting players into the box, but we're not getting the ball into the right areas, and we're not doing it quick enough either. So anyway, it's a goal kick now to Villarreal, which the goalkeeper Rulli takes. It's a long kick, actually, a decent length on that he did. Went all the way through to Thomas Partey, who's now got away with that, actually, and Pepe can bring the ball forward, but he's held up. It's a throw to Arsenal on the far side. It's a bit further up than that, Kieran Tierney, actually. It's only about 10 yards inside Arsenal's half. He was going to take it about 10 yards further back. Anyway, he's in about the right position now, and he throws it long up the line, looking for Aubameyang, but it's well defended again by Villarreal. They managed to keep possession. Coquelin flicks the ball on, and now Villarreal looking to counter-attack. This is good play from Villarreal again. Down that far side, it's a substitute, Pina, cutting inside. Kieran Tierney did well there, but Villarreal again pick up the ball. We're very slow reacting to the second ball in this first half so far. Villarreal keeping possession well. You certainly wouldn't be surprised if they do get an away goal at some stage in this game, unless we really buck our ideas up. Pepe does well on the edge of his box there. He looked like he'd lost possession, but he was fouled. And Arsenal have got a free kick. But Villarreal certainly have looked a more dangerous team. They look more likely to score. And don't forget, it's us who needs the goal, or needs a goal at least at some stage. But again, we've given the ball away far too cheaply, far too easily. It's just nowhere near good enough. It's been a terrible, terrible first half. We are at the 45-minute mark. There'll be a little bit of stoppage time, won't there? Because the injury to Chukwueze, 3 minutes, in fact, has come up. Thought it might be a little bit more than that. I'm sure it took longer than 3 minutes to get him off the pitch. But anyway, it is going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. But we have got some good attacking players on the bench, haven't we? Martin Elliott, I just got in the picture there. He can obviously come on. Willian and Nketiah, I don't know if Lacazette is. Certainly later on in the game, you'd imagine some of these players will come on if the score stays like this. But it's been a very, very poor half from Arsenal. Very, very poor indeed. And anyway, Bellerin now plays it out to this near side to Saka. Can he produce something before half-time? Make us all feel a little bit more comfortable, because it's been a nervy first half, this. Not enjoyed it at all. But we've been forced back again. Kieran Tierney over on that far side dinks a ball up the line towards Smith Rowe. Does well to keep it in, actually, but then runs into trouble. But Kieran Tierney picks the ball up, finds Pepe. Can we get a goal before half-time? Kieran Tierney to deliver. Again, it's blocked by a Villarreal defender. It has gone out for a corner to Arsenal going on that far side. Kieran Tierney's got forward well, actually. He's done pretty well in this first half, considering he must be lacking fitness. I don't know how much he's trained over the last week or so. But anyway, he got forward well there. He has won us another corner. We're into the last minute and a half of stoppage time at the end of this first half. It would be a great time to get the goal, wouldn't it? A fantastic time to get the goal, actually. But the corner comes in. But again, it's a Villarreal head that gets there. And in fact, it's a free kick to Villarreal as well. They're just hopeful corners lofted into the box, really. No one's attacking them from an Arsenal perspective. And again, it was Albiol there with the header away. In fact, he was pushed by Rob Holding. In fact, it wasn't him that was pushed. It was the defender behind him. It was a good header away, actually, by the Villarreal defender. Experienced defender, Albiol. Got a little bit of grey in his beard, actually, a bit like me. Not quite as much as me, but he's a lot younger. So Thomas Gunner there says he supported Arsenal for 65 years through thick and thin. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear. It's 40 years for me, actually, this year. And yes, there's been some very good times, as I know you'll be aware as well. And there has been some bad times. You've probably experienced some more bad times than me, actually, in 65 years. Certainly the 60s weren't a great decade, were they? And the mid 70s as well. I missed all of that. I was around for the early 80s when I started going, and that wasn't great. But I've been fortunate, actually, really, to be fair. There's been a lot of good times I've seen. And this is certainly one of the poorest Arsenal teams that I've seen. I'm sure you've seen worse in your time. I'm sure you have. But for me, this is definitely one of what probably is the worst Arsenal team I think I've seen, certainly since the very early 80s, when we had players like Lee Chapman and John Hawley playing. We've got better quality than that now, I suppose, when you look at the players, but just the whole way the team's set up, the way that the attitude of the players, the way that we set out games, I haven't enjoyed watching us this season very, very often at all. And in fact, there goes a half-time whistle. It has been an extremely poor first half from Arsenal, but it is 0-0. It's still in the balance. It's still up for grabs. We still just need that one goal, but we haven't looked like getting it, have we? Maybe the substitutes in this game are going to prove to be the difference. Maybe if we can, get some more attacking players on in the second half at some point. And Thomas says there, thick and thin. Never knew it would get this thin. No, exactly. And I suppose it's been a slow decline, hasn't it? Well, I suppose it's been a fast decline actually in the last couple of years. It was a steady decline before that, wasn't it? But yeah, we've. I know it seems strange to talk about that. We're in a European semi-final, but I don't think we could have had a better draw all the way through, could we? We've had it easy this year, and getting to the semi-final with the draw that we've had, pretty much the minimum that we should have expected anyway. But something needs to change in the second half. Whether it's attitude, and whatever it is. Terry Waite says there. Is that your dad? Is Thomas your dad? Is he? Fantastic. He says he's been around since Dial Square. Not quite sure he's been around that long, but he would certainly have seen some. He would certainly have seen some very bad Arsenal teams, I would say. In 65 years, that's going back to what, the 1950s, isn't it? 1960s. So yeah, but fantastic support, and let's just hope that we can give us all something else to really get excited about, this season and a European final. There hasn't been many European finals, has there, in all that time? I mean, you'd have seen them all, wouldn't you, Thomas? Actually, you'd have seen all of our European finals going back to 1970, of course, the first one. Which actually we won that year, didn't we, when we had a poor league season, finishing 12th. So there are similarities. I did say that in the video I did the other day. There are similarities with this season to that season, actually. But certainly we won the double the year after. We had a much better team than this. So that's probably where the similarities end, I'm afraid. Let's have a look on Twitter, see what the general feeling is. I'm pretty sure most people aren't going to have been very happy with that, because it certainly wasn't pretty or great, was it? And when you look at how important it is, Shane says there's a tactical thing to do. Move ESR to middle, take off Odegaard and bring on Martinelli, Cedric for Bellerin. I don't know if we need a defensive change, really. I mean, we're definitely going to have to look at getting Martinelli on at some stage in the proceedings, aren't we? I'm not sure about taking Bellerin off Cedric, really. I don't know. We need a goal, don't we? I'm not sure what the plan is for that. Actually, we'll see. I don't know. No, Terry won't make a sub at half time anyway, because he never does. Does he? But we'll see. But anyway, there's a good comment here from Danny. Actually, he says the upside is we're not losing, and the downside is everything else. I've totally got to agree with that. That's definitely pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? The only upside is that we aren't losing, because the rest of it has been absolutely dreadful. What else have we got? I'm not very up to date, actually. A lot of my stuff from saying that Xhaka's got injured in the warm-up. Yeah, we know that. Amanda, the Princess Goonie there from the Highbury squad, that's a good channel, actually, says we're too cautious and not inventive. Why the low tempo? Good question, yeah. We need to up the tempo. We're breaking too slow, and when we break, we end up passing backwards. Exactly, but that's been the problem all season, hasn't it? That's not just tonight. How many times are we going to lose the ball? Yeah, exactly. Virtually every time we've had it. And Arsenal press to there. Do these men know this is the biggest game of the season? Well, they don't seem to, do they? Unfortunately. But anyway, it is only half time. We did play better in the second half last week, didn't we? Let's hope it's the same again. A lot of pictures of people earlier wearing their Arsenal shirts, which is nice, but unfortunately, it's not doing us much good at the moment, is it? Terry says there, yes, he's a good fan. He left me on Plumstead Common in my pram and forgot he had taken me until he got home and I wasn't there. Brilliant. No, it's good, isn't it? You know, when you've got great Arsenal supporting a family is fantastic, isn't it? I mean, funnily enough, my family aren't really an Arsenal family. You know, my dad was from southeast London. Actually, they used to live near Crystal Palace, actually. So I could have been a Crystal Palace fan, but it turned out to be Arsenal. My mum actually, when she first moved to England, when she was 14 with her family, they actually lived in Islington, about 5 minutes away from Highbury. So that was where Arsenal came from for me. But I suppose I could easily have been a Crystal Palace fan, you know, if I mean, my dad wasn't a massive football fan anyway, but if he supported anybody, it was Crystal Palace because of where he was from. So I maybe was fortunate not to have gone down that route, actually. And so luckily, my mum was from the right part of London, and that was how Arsenal came about for me. And yeah, I mean, I know it's this game's been dreadful, and this season's been dreadful. The last couple of years haven't been great, but I've been blessed to have been an Arsenal fan, actually, and everything I've experienced in 40 years, I've been going. And a few years before that, when I wasn't going, in the late 70s, I was too young. I remember watching a few cup finals and stuff like that. So I've been fortunate, and I'm not going to try and pretend otherwise, but it doesn't make the frustration of this current Arsenal team any better. And certainly that first half was summed up our season for me. Really, really poor, really, really frustrated, and it's got to be better. They've got two ex-Arsenal players in the studio. Actually, well, it's not even in the studio; they're outside. I can't even afford a studio, BT Sport, actually. But anyway, it's Freddie Ljungberg and Martin Keown, of course, two players who played in the Invincible team, didn't they? And other great teams before that as well. How we could do with some players like that in this current team, you know, players who understood what it was like what it means to play for Arsenal, how important a club it is, and all them kind of things, you know, that are so important to Arsenal's history. These players don't seem to get it, do they, most of them? And it's a shame, because this is a great opportunity here to reach a European final and get us in the Champions League, and they don't seem to understand the importance of it. And maybe that comes from the coach as well a little bit, the way he set the team up, because it's not just today. It is not just today, is it? It's been, you know, a regular occurrence in this Arsenal team with this current coach. And, you know, I'm not going to be digging him out yet tonight, because we've still got a second half to play, and we're still in this game. We are still in this game. You know, we have got the away goal. We do only need to score once. But if we're going to do that, we need to change our approach in the second half, and we need to show a lot more intensity, and we need to take a few more risks. Take a few more risks is what we need to do if we're going to get anything out of this game. But we have got 45 minutes, so, you know, let's hope that in the second half we can play better again as we did last week, and maybe something might go our way. But we've been very, very poor, very, very poor indeed. And yeah, it's not great, is it? But anyway, so we have got quite a few watch-alongs on, actually, on other channels, but I'm glad you are staying with me. I'm doing my best to try to keep you entertained. There's a lot of watch-alongs now, isn't there, on other channels and stuff like that. So it's difficult getting an audience in, isn't it? So I'm grateful to all you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the channel. And Terry says there, I know it's been rubbish, but it's not Richard's fault, so hit the likes for him. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely hit the likes. If you haven't subscribed, I know there's a couple of new names in the chat tonight, actually, as well. Lee, and obviously Terry's dad, Thomas, as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because it does help the channel to grow as well. And it makes me feel better as well about having to put up with these terrible performances. But it's good to share it with you guys as well, actually. So really do appreciate you guys watching. It's not quite the same as being in the stadiums, is it? But it's nice to have an audience and to share the games with you guys as well. So, yeah, if you want to give the video a like as well, that would be much appreciated. I don't know how many likes he's got, actually. I've not been checking. I never do that. I know some people on their channels are always watching, aren't they, to see how many likes they've got. I tend not to do that. So let's have a look. I'll tell you. There's only 4 at the moment, actually. Come on, 4's not very good, is it? So if you're watching and you haven't liked it, I can see there's more than 4 people watching. So just give it a like. Just click on the like. That would be really great. And I'll say if you haven't subscribed, please do so as well. That would be appreciated. So yeah, just give it a like. Go on, see if we can get to 10 at least for this show, shall we? We're only on 4, so yeah, let's try and get it up to 10 if we can. So give it a little like. Just click on the little thumbs up. That would be great. Terry says there, we need a second half like we did at West Ham. Yeah, no, we need a second half. Even like last week would be a start, wouldn't it? Actually, because we did play a lot better in the second half last week, and if we do that, we may well get the goal that we need. Unlike West Ham, we were three goals behind. Well, we were 3-1 at half time, wasn't we? But yeah, we don't need to even be that good, do we? We just need to be a little bit better than we've been in that first half. Show a little bit more, so that it means how much it means to us to be in a final. You know, you don't get, finals aren't given to you. If you want to get to a final, you've got to earn it. And we haven't done enough in that first half to earn it. So, yeah, that's what I want to see us in this second half. I want to see us look like we want it, look like we want to get to the final, look like it means everything to these players, like it means to us as fans, and what it means to the future of the club as well. Let's not underestimate that. Without European football next season, the owners aren't going to be investing. We're not going to be able to start rebuilding this squad. It's going to be really difficult, isn't it? So it's so important. Arteta shouldn't need a motivational team talk at half time. He should just be telling the players, look, how much it means to this club, how important it is that we get through to this final and win it. And there's no excuses. We've got to do it, and that's all you need to say. He's no good ranting and raving and all that kind of stuff. Just make the players aware of how important this is to their own career and their future and the future of the club. And that's what it's needed. Terry says the best Arsenal channel on YouTube. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I'm glad you enjoy it, Terry, and thanks for your support. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and obviously I think it's the best channel on YouTube because I'm making the content, but it's nice to hear that from someone else as well. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And Phil says he'll sub Willian on after 70 minutes. Well, that certainly wouldn't surprise me at all, mate. I'm telling you. In fact, it might even be before the 70th minute. If we need a goal, he's going to bring Willian on. Although, to be fair, Willian has got our most assists this season, hasn't he? Although he hasn't scored yet. So, but I have no doubt that Willian will probably come on before anybody else. But anyway, let's hope we don't need to make any substitutes. That this team can get the goals that we need early in the second half, and then we can maybe make a few defensive changes later to hold on to it, maybe. But I'm not confident we'll do that. It's a mindset for me. That's what it is. It's the mindset is wrong. The players are going out with the wrong attitude. You could see it from the start today. Why aren't they showing that determination? None of us here watching this are. We're nowhere near as good at football as any of these players. Nowhere near, right? We never were. That's why we're here and there. But if we were given this opportunity tonight to be in that Arsenal shirt on that pitch, we would be running our heart out, wouldn't we? We'd be giving everything possible, and I don't think they have done in that first half, and that's unforgivable, really. Because we would be out there, we would run until we literally couldn't move anymore. We'd all do everything that we could, and they don't seem to have done that. It's almost like they're saving their energy or saving something for the second half. Well, it might be too late. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it, mate. I don't understand it, and it's not just tonight either, is it? I can understand there's tension. It's a semi-final, and it's a big game, but we've got to at least show that we want it. We've got to at least show how much it means to the players. They've got to show that in the second half. And if we do that, I'm sure we've got enough quality on this pitch to win this game. We definitely have. But so far, we haven't shown enough of it, have we? And Villarreal have been the better team in that first half. And that's the frustrating thing. So far, 2 out of the 3 halves that we've played so far in this tie, Villarreal have been the better team. And that's why they're winning. And if we're going to turn this around, we need to do more. We need to do more. Anyway, the second half will be starting very, very shortly. Let's hope Arteta's done something at half time. Not necessarily changes to personnel, possibly. I don't know if that's the answer. Maybe that is. But anyway, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Phil says, Dad used to take my sister to Highbury in the 60s, lived just down the road, moved out to Kent. when I was 1. Oh, that's a great story, isn't it? Similar kind of situation to me, maybe. I say we never lived as a family near. I say we always lived in Essex, but my mum's family, when they moved to England just after the war, actually, they lived in Green Lanes, Islington, literally 2 minutes away from Highbury, and we went there once, me and my mum, when I was a child. She took me to where she used to live. Obviously, it had been knocked down. Her house had been turned into flats and stuff by then, but I saw Highbury for the first time, and that was it for me, which was probably a turning point in my life, maybe, finding Arsenal. And as frustrated as I am at the moment, I said before, I've enjoyed some great times, so I can't really be too disappointed. Thomas there agrees with Terry. Also, really enjoy your commentary, very informative. Well, thanks, Thomas. Indeed, I mean that means a lot coming from someone like yourself who's got that much experience of watching Arsenal, so much knowledge. That's fantastic. So thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoy it. So Terry says there, this could be Willie has a big chance to score a double, and we can all eat humble pie. Yeah, no, I mean it would be nice if he did, but I mean, yeah, he had a decent record at Chelsea, didn't he, scoring in big games? So but anyway, hopefully we won't need him, because the players on the pitch can step up in the second half. But we have kicked off. I say Arsenal now attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank end for those familiar with the Emirates. Which I say, so Villarreal would be attacking the end where their fans would have been in that corner, that far corner in the clock end. So that would be where they are attacking in the second half. So we're attacking the North Bank, which has been a traditional kind of end, isn't it? Like, I suppose, like at Anfield with a Kop. It's never been quite the same at the Emirates, is it? Obviously at Highbury, the North Bank was the main end. I used to be on the clock end. That used to be my home for many years. But it seemed like more goals tended to be scored up the other end, which was good as long as the goals went in. Anyway, now we've got a chance with Pepe, drills it across the goal. A very similar shot actually to Aubameyang's in the first half. This time up the other end of the pitch. This time with the outside of his left foot across the goal, looking for that far corner. Good ball actually from Kieran Tierney, knocked it over the top. He's cut through the ball, and it was a good shot actually. Just unfortunately, just didn't curl enough in. Again, a bit like the Aubameyang one. This one's actually gone wide of the post. It was coming in, but it came in too late and it went wide. But it's a lot better start actually from the second half. Arsenal putting Villarreal under pressure straight away. Actually, the guys won the ball there. Now Thomas Partey, slightly heavy touch, but he got away with it. Now Smith Rowe, can he get a shot away? No, he finds Pepe instead. Pepe drills it in, but it hits a defender. He gets it back again though. But Arsenal certainly up for this second half now. This is more like what we wanted to see. Kieran Tierney now, again, we're forced back a little bit, but this was a bit like the second half last week, wasn't it? We came out with a lot more determination. We've done it again. Not quite sure why Arteta can't get us firing like this from the start of the game, but anyway, at least we're doing it now. Kieran Tierney now switches the ball from left to right, looking for Hector Bellerin, but it was the fullback there, Pedraza, who's managed to get there first. Can he get the ball away up the line? He can, but it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Phil says, it's good to see you on here, as I don't get to matches with you these days. No, not anymore, unfortunately. But maybe one day we'll have to meet up again, definitely. And enjoy the games together. Anyway, I just had a throw-in on that far side, but Arsenal again have won the ball back. We've been a lot more aggressive. We're closing down a lot quicker now in this second half. I can't understand why it's taken this long. But anyway, Villarreal now coming forward though themselves on this near side, but it's gone out there for a throw to Arsenal. That was a substitute. Pina there. Couldn't keep that in. It's good to see Arsenal pressing now a lot quicker, but don't understand why it's taken us this long. Why didn't we do that in the first half? We could already have a goal or two already. Then we'd be a lot more relaxed and comfortable. But anyway, Villarreal are coming forward again. But Arsenal getting it clear now with Kieran Tierney. Deflected off a Villarreal player. And it will be a throw to Arsenal on this near side. But yeah, much better start. 3.5 minutes played in the second half. It is still 0-0, but at least we've shown a lot more aggression in the second half now. A little bit more fight. We're looking a little bit more like we actually want it. We want to win this game. We want to get in the final. Thomas Partey now switches the ball over to the far side. Saka, who's again back over on the right-hand side. He's got Bellerin steaming ahead of outside him. Bellerin's got the ball, chips across into the box. Oh, the goalkeeper doesn't do it very well. It's chipped in by Smith Rowe, but it's gone wide again. Another chance is on begging. The goalkeeper again looks really, really shaky from crosses. Ruley, his name is. But the cross came in, he flapped at it, missed it completely. It fell to Smith Rowe. He tried to chip it back over the goalkeeper. It was on the floor. Actually, the goalkeeper just got a fingertip to it to knock it off Aubameyang's head, actually. Maybe he did a bit better than we thought. And then Smith Rowe tried to chip it into the far corner, but it's put it wide. But we've already had more chance at the start of the second half than we did in the whole of the first half. 2 efforts just gone wide. Maybe could have done better with both of them, actually. A little bit unfortunate, but anyway, Smith Rowe, it was all that chance there. Just gone past the post. I say the goalie has flapped at things a little bit, but maybe he actually did okay there to get a touch on it. But Villarreal now looking to try to get back into this game again after they dominated that first half, but it's been all Arsenal since the start of the second half. Bellerin now coming forward. He was at the heart of that last attack. Odegaard now showing a little bit more pace. Why are we suddenly showing a lot more aggression and pace coming forward? I don't know why we have to wait till half time for that, honestly. Anyway, we picked the ball up again. Saka plays it into Aubameyang. He's got Odegaard outside him inside the penalty. He's forced back a little bit, Odegaard. Dinks the ball towards the far post, towards Pepe. He's headed up, but not really away. Pepe wins the header again, but again, Villarreal can clear it. Suddenly, it's a lot more exciting, this game. Villarreal now looking to try and slow things down. In fact, there's an injury in the penalty area. Pepe and I think it's Albiol, the Villarreal defender. I think they had a clash of heads there, going for that cross from Odegaard, and the game's been held up there. They both went for that header there. They're both looking at the ball, and yes, they did. It was a clash of heads, and they've both gone down. It was Gasper, actually, the right back. Pepe, they're just getting a bit of treatment now. I don't think that it's too badly injured, but obviously with head injuries, you can never be too careful, can you? But it's been a lot better from Arsenal at the start of the second half, actually. It's what we've been waiting for. And Phil says, I wonder where their pride is in wearing a shirt at times. Exactly. They don't. That first half, they didn't have any, did they? They've got a little bit more now, but what concerns me is why it needs a rollicking at half time, if that's what's happened, for them to wake up and realise how important this is. They should have been aware of that from the start. You know, we were very passive in that first half, but yeah, we've been a lot more aggressive now, and we're playing a lot better. And suddenly you started to think, you know what, I can see us getting the goal that we need, or maybe more than one. Now, there's a good cross actually from Bellerin, caused the problems there, and say Smith Rowe just thinks it wide, but that's 2 opportunities we've had already at the start of the second half. And could maybe see the goal coming, actually. Can maybe see the goal coming. 52 minutes, so obviously time's going to start to become against us soon, isn't it, as the clock ticks down, because we do need to score. Remember, if we don't score, we're out. The goalkeeper goes long for Villarreal, but Arsenal again are picking up the first the first ball and the second ball now, which we didn't do enough in the first half. But Thomas Partey's then lost it. Now Villarreal have got an opportunity here. It's their top scorer with a shot. Leno saves it. It was Moreno there, got a little bit of space inside the penalty. Thomas Partey again was dispossessed, actually, and they moved the ball forward quickly, Villarreal, and the shot came in there from Moreno, sorry, and he didn't really get hold of it, actually, and it was a comfortable save for Leno. But yeah, that was a bit of a worrying moment there for Arsenal. I say Villarreal score, we're under real pressure, because we'll then need at least 2 just to take it to extra time and 3 to win it. So we have to be concentrated at the back as well. But anyway, it's hopefully we can settle down again. But that was a worrying moment there. Luckily, he didn't get hold of his shot there, Moreno. He scored a lot of goals this season, actually. Maybe expected a little bit better from him with that effort. But luckily, he didn't get hold of it, and we've survived. But again, Villarreal were coming forward, but ball's currently back with Leno now. Plays into Thomas Partey, very similar position to where he just got dispossessed, actually. Villarreal are closing us down quite aggressively. Unai Emery is instructing them from the side to do just that now. Smith Rowe coming forward for Arsenal. He's put Pepe in down this near side. Can he put the ball into the box? He can, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. The game's really opened up now in the second half. It's end to end almost. Every time we lose the ball, Villarreal are attacking us at pace. Every time we lose the ball, every time they lose the ball, we're attacking them at pace. It's an exciting start to the second half, but we do need a goal. But suddenly I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic that we might get one. But at the moment, it's Villarreal coming forwards. I'll say we've still looked a little bit shaky defensively at times. And I say a goal for Villarreal now would be really difficult for us to get back into this. But we would need, I say, at least 2 goals just to take it to extra time. A ball there from Moreno, but it was cut out well. And now Arsenal can come forward themselves. This is good play actually from Ødegaard through the midfield. Plays it towards this near side to Kieran Tierney. And then Nicolas Pepe right on this near touchline. Again finds Tierney, but Tierney has it taken off him a little bit too easy there from Gasper, the captain. Villarreal now coming forward themselves down this near side. This is good play actually by Villarreal. And I think they might have won a throw, have they? No, it's Arsenal's throw instead. Right near the halfway line on the near side, which Kieran Tierney takes.
First defeat in the Europa League this season, if they're going to make it through to the final.
So, but Leno now's got the ball at his feet, plays it out to the far side to Rob Holding, and then on to Hector Bellerin. He's getting very nervy this game, actually, I've got to be honest. Smith Rowe through the middle, but again, he has it taken off him by Albiol there far too easily. And now Villarreal have got a counter attack. They've got a man over here. Instead, he plays it inside. It's this Triqueiros who scored last week. Deflection. And again, it's picked up by a Villarreal player. We're not able to clear our lines particularly well at times in this game. Coquelin now plays it over to this near side to Pino, the substitute, of course, came on for Chukwueze in that first half. I don't know what his injury was, but he got carried off on a stretcher. The Nigerian for Villarreal looked a nasty injury there. Just went down on his own without anyone near him either. So a little bit worrying there for him, but let's hope he's okay. But anyway, Villarreal coming forward again. Again, it's Moreno. He's finding some little spaces actually. It's a good ball again to Pino on this near side. Face Kieran Tierney. He's beating him. He's twisting and turning, looking to get across, and he pulls the ball back. But it's only Thomas Partey there, luckily. We haven't managed to clear the ball away too far. Pepe, Thomas Partey again. He miskicks the ball actually. Has it taken off him? Thomas Partey is not having a great game, let's be honest. But he did get a good important block in there actually, just in front of the defence. But he's given the ball away a lot. Certainly not playing anywhere near the kind of level that we expected. I remember I did a video on the transfer deadline day when we signed him. Really excited, and it hasn't quite happened for him, has it? For one reason or another. Mark C says, I was hoping for more urgency in this half. We're very one-paced. There we were. And it is a little bit more urgency, but actually we're getting pulled apart here. Again, it's Pino with a cross into the box, and Leno gets a touch on it. He maybe could have let it go. Actually, he's given us a goal kick. Maybe Leno didn't touch it. Or was it offside? Not quite sure what happened there. But I don't know if Leno did touch it. It looked like he had initially. Actually, he did. Leno did get a touch on it. It should have been a corner. But I think it's a goal kick, so well done, referee. Oh, actually, it has been given as a corner. I think the referee gave a goal kick, but I think the linesman told him it was a corner, and it was a corner. Roma equalised against Man United, Dzeko, but Man United are winning 7-3 on aggregate, so I'm pretty sure they're definitely going through. But we'll forget about that because it's all about these last, 33 minutes here, whether we can get this goal. Well, first of all, we need to keep out this corner. Villarreal have taken it short, actually, over on the far side. But they're keeping possession. They dink into the box, but Leno should get that comfortably, and he does. Leno comes and collects that now. Maybe Arsenal can get going with an attack of their own. But we've just dropped off a little bit, actually. We had a decent start to the second half, but Villarreal come back into it there. And so they had an opportunity with Moreno not that long ago, which produced a save from Leno. And they just had a corner as well. So we need to up our tempo again as we had right at the start of this second half. We had a couple of chances early on, which we couldn't quite find. Smith Rowe, there's a nice touch in behind the defender. He's done well there, Smith Rowe, actually, and he's done really well, actually. It comes to Ødegaard on the edge of the box, but his shot's blocked. And now Villarreal can maybe launch a counter-attack, can they? So ball over the top, actually. It's a good ball looking for Pino, the substitute. Shakir and Tierney wasn't a great ball. Puts Pablo Mari under pressure, but he just managed to get there ahead of the Villarreal man and knocks it back to Leno. But again, this is going to be the danger, isn't it? The longer this game goes on, the more risks we're going to have to take, the more bodies we're going to have to get forward. And when we lose the ball, it's going to put us under real danger from the counter-attack because Villarreal are quick and sharp with the ball there. Oh, that was a poor touch, actually. We've lost the ball. Looks like an injury as well. I think it was Erdegaard, and now Villarreal coming forward themselves. Crossing to the box, it's deflected. It goes all the way across the goal. And Kieran Tierney will keep it in. But was that Erdegaard there? Maybe slightly heavy touch. And he got injured there as he lost the ball. And now there's a couple of injuries. Pablo Mari's down as well. And also one of the Villarreal players as well, Alcacer. But Erdegaard is just kind of getting back to his feet again. I'm not quite sure how Pablo Mari got injured there. Oh, he just kind of fell over the striker, actually. But this was the earlier challenge there. Erdegaard overran the ball. It was Trigueros who won it off him. And Erdegaard's still not moving very freely, actually. In fact, Pablo Mari looks more badly injured. It didn't look too much in that, if I'm totally honest. But actually, Roma have scored again. They're actually winning 2-1 on the night. So it's 7-4 in aggregate. So they only need, another 3 goals. Another 3 goals to go through for Roma. But anyway, the problem is for Arsenal at the minute, we're just giving the ball away sometimes in dangerous areas. They're just showing that Moreno chance again. He didn't get hold of the shot, thankfully, or that would have been the away goal. He just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet enough, and by the time he did, the shot was too straight at Leno. So we're fortunate there, very fortunate if we're honest. But you can see how this game's going to develop now as we push more players forward. There's going to be space in behind. But Pablo Mari actually looks like is he going to be okay? Martinelli's warming up and coming on by the look of it. He's stripped and ready. So finally, 61 minutes on the clock. Looks like Arteta is making his first change of the game. It's going to be Martinelli. Who's he going to replace? Is it going to be Erdegaard, who maybe hasn't had his greatest game, and he has just picked up an injury there? But I think they're waiting to see the situation with Pablo Mari, who I think he's going to be okay, actually, Mari. Erdegaard is back to his feet again, trying to sort of run the injury off. And Mari is also back on his feet again as well. He's going to have to come off the pitch because he did get treatment, whereas Erdegaard didn't. He didn't look that much in that, actually. Or did he just land awkwardly on his ankle? Oh, he did, yeah, he went over on his ankle. Actually, that looks nasty, to be fair. He'll do well to be able to carry on playing, actually. That did look nasty, that. He twisted his ankle as he landed under the challenge there from the Villarreal player. But Arsenal again playing it out from the back and leads to panic, and Thomas Partey just hoofs the ball out for a throw-in. Every time we try and play the ball around at the back, we look as though we've never played football before. We're putting ourselves under pressure unnecessarily. Pablo Mari is back on now, but he's certainly still in pain. The substitution is just about to be made now. In fact, it's being made now. Martinelli is who's coming on. Not sure who's going off yet. It might well be Erdegaard or possibly Aubameyang, who hasn't really featured in this second half at all. Is he running out of steam? He's still not 100% fit. He said so himself yesterday. But he is still our most likely goal threat, isn't he, realistically, if you look at it. But now the Villarreal are having a lot better spell now in the second half. They've weathered that early storm from Arsenal and have certainly settled into the second half now. We've lost our way a little bit, actually, following a good first 10 minutes or so, where we were pressing a lot more aggressively. And suddenly now we've dropped back a little bit into our first half kind of way. And it's been Villarreal, again, looking the better team. They're coming forward again down the far side. Did the ball go out? The referee says no, it's played into Moreno. Again, it's Villarreal keeping possession. Ball played over to this far side. This is good play from Villarreal, actually. They're being patient in their build-up. We've got plenty of bodies behind the ball, though, so we should hopefully be able to deal with this. And we forced Villarreal all the way back, actually. But they're still in possession. Of course, that will suit them, won't it? because they don't need to score. Remember, if they do, then it makes it 10 times more difficult for us. But they don't need to score, do they? A 0-0 draw sends them through. Let's not forget. Ball over the top then. Bellerin's header doesn't go very fast. Trigueros, who scored, of course, in the first leg. To the edge of the box. The ball comes in. It goes right across the goal. We got fortunate there, actually. It didn't fall to a Villarreal body. Kieran Tierney was able to clear it, but Villarreal are still in possession. This is not looking good for Arsenal. Moreno, again, he's done well. Plays out to this near side. A cross comes in again to the near post, and Pablo Mari's there, and it's a corner to Villarreal. We're kind of hanging on a little bit here, unfortunately. This has been a good spell from Villarreal again. Again, they played the ball well wide, and the cross comes in low from the right-hand side from Captain Gasper, and it was cleared away by Pablo Mari. But it is another corner to Villarreal on this near side now. Another dangerous moment, of course. I'll keep going back to that. The goal that separates the sides actually overall was a goal from a corner last week from Albiol, if you remember. Really poor defending from Arsenal. The corner comes in again, but this time an Arsenal head gets on. It comes to the edge of the box. A shot comes in, but it hits an Arsenal body in there. I think it might have been Kieran Tierney. And Arsenal do manage to get it clear. Nicolas Pepe now, he's losing out, but it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Surely now it's time to get the substitution done, which is going to be Martinelli coming on. Is this going to be the moment for him? As Mark says there, here we go. We'll snatch one now. Let's hope so. A lot of pressure on his young shoulders. It's going to be Ødegaard to go off. He hasn't quite looked the same as he since his injury, Martin Ødegaard. He certainly didn't have much influence on this game, did he? Certainly not as much as he would have liked. I don't think he's quite back to 100% fitness yet, is he? He certainly struggled since he got injured. But it's Martinelli coming on. I'm assuming he's going to play down that left-hand side. And I think Smith Rowe's going to probably drop into the number 10 position. We need to get Martinelli in this game running at their defence. But it's a goal kick to Arsenal. Good defending actually from Pablo Mari there. Won us a goal kick now. Let's see if we can get Martinelli in this game. Is he going to be the spark that we need to give us this goal to send us through to the final? I think you can see in this game actually the difference having no crowd makes. You know, with the crowd roaring the team on, I'm sure we would see a much more energetic performance from Arsenal in the second half with the crowd roaring them on. But unfortunately, that isn't the case, and we've got to get on with it as it is. But anyway, actually looks as though Saka's almost dropped into left back, has he? Have we gone free at the back, possibly? Has Kieran Tierney moved into one of the three centre-backs now? Obviously, he's played in that position before, hasn't he, earlier in the season? So I'm not sure if that's what we've done. And then Martinelli's maybe moved on to the left-hand side of the front three. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Maybe he was just filling in for a second there, Saka, because Kieran Tierney is back in the left-back position now, and Saka is further up the pitch. So that may have just been just briefly there. Martinelli trying to get in the game there. Did well, actually, and he's won a throw for Arsenal, but still deep inside our own half. Arteta there goes and gets the ball quickly. Tries to speed things up a bit now. Shame you didn't give him that much urgency before we started, mate. But anyway, we've still got time. 23 minutes to go. We do need a goal. You're certainly getting to that point in the game where you're starting to think, is it going to slip away from us? And it certainly gets to the point now when the Villarreal score, it's going to be all over. And they have looked a better team in these last 10 minutes or so. There's been no doubt about that. They've had all the possession, and they have had a big chance as well with Moreno. So we're certainly making this difficult, aren't we, for ourselves, as you'd expect. But anyway, we have got Martinelli on now. Let's not forget, if we can add that little bit of quality in the final third, get on the ball, give them something to think about. But at the moment, it's comfortable possession again from Villarreal. We're not doing anywhere near enough in this game. A long ball over the top there from Villarreal, looking for the substitute. Pino on this near side. Kieran Tierney holds him up. But again, they keep possession. Martinelli looking to press. Aubameyang now looking to press. But we're miles off the pace, really. The press is far too late. And Villarreal can play it out quite comfortably. Now they're going up over the far side. Rob Holding's there. Put under pressure there. It's a bit of a heavy back pass, actually, to Leno. Oh, it's a bad touch from Leno. He just gets away with it, actually. If that Villarreal player had been a little bit closer to him, there would have been in trouble. Wasn't a great back pass from Rob Holding, if we're totally honest. It was quite heavily hit, and his touch there got away from him. But no, he was stretching, but he managed to get there, fortunately. And they're having a little bit of an inquest there between the two of them. Wasn't the greatest bit of play that from Arsenal. Anyway, it's going to be another substitution now for Villarreal. It's going to be Bacca coming on. He wears number 9, so I'm assuming he's a forward player. Maybe they are going to try and go for it and get the away goal. That would now almost certainly knock us out. But Aubameyang now coming forward. Pepe over on that far side. He's got Bellerin going outside, but he comes inside, chips a ball in, well defended again by Villarreal. It comes back towards Pepe. He's got Trigarios on his back, and actually Villarreal do manage to win the ball. And now they get it out today. Thomas Partey though intervenes, wins the ball back for Arsenal. So 20 minutes, just over 20 minutes to go. We still need this goal. Martinelli now, he's got an opportunity to maybe run at the Villarreal defence, cuts inside from that left-hand side, tries to get across it, but it's blocked away. Kieran Tierney now picks a loose ball up, plays it up the wing again to Martinelli, plays it forward to Saka. Was he pushed in the back there? He was. It's going to be a free kick. It's about 10 yards in from the corner flag. It was actually Coquelin with the foul in the back of Saka there. It was clearly pushed him in the back. And it's to say we've got a free kick from there, very similar to a corner just about 10 yards further in. Just to remind you, if you haven't done so, please give the video a like if you haven't done so already. There's more people watching than like, so I think we need to even that up a little bit. So if you haven't liked it, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed as well, please do that as well. It does help the channel to grow. And hopefully while you're doing all that, it will help us to score a goal from this free kick as well, which would be nice. It's Smith Rowe and Saka over this free kick. This could be a big moment this for Arsenal. Needs a good delivery in here. It's actually only about 4 yards outside the penalty area, just in from the touchline on this near side. Looks like it might be Smith Rowe, or it actually might be Saka actually with his left foot. Dinks it in. He does towards the 6 yard. Header comes in. Rob Holding it was over the top of the crossbar. He couldn't get over the top of it enough, and he headed it over the bar. There's a dinked ball in there. Rob Holding's got up, but he would have needed to generate all the power on that, and instead he just got over the top of it, and it's gone harmlessly over the top of the crossbar. But we didn't really make the most of that free kick situation either. We are now into the final 20 minutes of this game. Arteta's made one change, brought Martinelli on, and it's a second change for Villarreal. It's going to be Alcácer going off for Bacca. I say he does wear number 9. I'm assuming he's a forward. So maybe they're going to go for it, actually. Last week, of course, they made a change, didn't they? A defensive change when they were winning 2-0. Anyway, Lacazette's now getting warmed up for Arsenal. So finally, with less than 20 minutes to go, we're really going for it now with Martinelli and now Lacazette coming on. I wonder who's going to go off for him. Maybe Aubameyang. He hasn't really been in this game in the second half. And I say he has only just come back from malaria. And we need to understand that he even said himself he wasn't 100% fit, didn't he? But he did have our best chance of the game, hitting a post in that first half. But other than that, he hasn't really contributed too much to this game. Pablo Mari now coming forward for Arsenal. Man United have equalised again. It's 2-2. It's 8-4 in aggregate. A couple of good games there. Cavani again for Manchester United, but let's not worry about that. Kieran Tierney now skips past the player on the left-hand side. Can he drill a ball into the box? He can, but again, it wasn't a great cross. Didn't beat the first man. It comes to Thomas Partey. Is this his moment? Oh, his shots took a deflection, but it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Hasn't scored yet for Arsenal, has he? Thomas Partey. Would be a great time for him to get the goal. Just looked like it opened up for him briefly on the edge of the box, and he took a shot there, but it hit a Villarreal defender. And it's a corner to Arsenal over on the far side. Are we going to make the substitution now, or are they going to wait? It is going to be Lacazette to come on. Will it be Aubameyang to go off? Maybe it might be Pepe. We'll see. But this is a corner here. Is this going to be the moment for Arsenal? Saka with the corner from the far side. But again, it's a Villarreal head. They've defended these really well. They're not the greatest balls in, if we're totally honest, but we've managed to pick the ball up again. Pepe now from the far side crosses it in. It's flicked on with a header just past the post. Rob Holding again. Better header this time from Rob Holding from about 15 yards. Good ball whipped in from Pepe. He got ahead of his man. It just drifted past the far post. Rob Holding's header. That was better. Always looked like it was going away from the goal, actually. It was about 3 or 4 yards wide. Certainly a better header than the previous one. Good win there from Pablo Mari. He's actually had a decent game tonight, Pablo Mari. Saka now plays it out to Martinelli on his near side. He's going to go past the defender. Cuts inside Martinelli. They can't get the ball off him. Plays the ball inside to Partey. Again tries a shot. Is he brought down? Oh, instead, no. It's the free kick's gone to Villarreal, actually. Looked as though for a second it may have been a free kick to Arsenal right on the edge of the box. It was coming together a little bit there on the edge of the penalty area there. The Villarreal player is injured. Let's have a look at the replay of that. It looked like Thomas Partey was just about to get in there, and he looked like he did actually kick the Villarreal players. I think he was attempting a shot, actually, but the Villarreal player just got his foot in first. It was a substitute, Pino, actually, and that would be a painful one. That kick there from Thomas Partey was actually attempting to shoot. I've had that happen to me before, when you just pinch the ball away from someone who's in the middle of shooting and they follow through and kick your foot instead. Very, very painful, but he seems to be okay. He's running it off. But it is a free kick to Villarreal on the edge of their own penalty area, which the goalkeeper is going to take, and he goes long. But Pablo Mari's up again, wins his header. So Pablo Mari's played well, actually. But this is still Villarreal coming forward again. But Thomas Partey tidies that up well. Now he can try and bring a counter-attack forward. He finds Bukayo Saka. There's a man over on the far side. It's Emile Smith-Rowe. He's got Pepe steaming ahead in front of him. Wasn't a great ball, actually. It's held the attack up a little bit. And Pepe over on the right-hand side is always going to cut back inside anyway. He finds Thomas Partey. At least we've managed to keep possession. Pablo Mari now plays it to Kieran Tierney on this near side. Waiting for some runners off him. Martinelli goes ahead of him, but instead he goes back to Pablo Mari and into Rob Holding. We've kept possession well, but we've not really looked like getting in behind. Rob Holding there plays it to Pepe. It's a loose ball, but Smith-Rowe picks it up, gives it back to Pepe. Finds Thomas Partey. Again, he takes a little bit too long, got away with that one, and finds Kieran Tierney. Some to this near side to Martinelli. Does well, actually, Martinelli. But again, he's forced backwards towards halfway. Villarreal have got everybody behind the ball. We're into the last 15 minutes, well, 14 minutes actually now. Are we going to find a goal from somewhere? The substitute of Lacazette still hasn't come on yet. Kieran Tierney's ball there is deflected. Actually, it helps Martinelli out, does it? No, the defender gaspers across. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. The deflection on that ball certainly helped give Martinelli a little sniff there, but the defender come across well. And Lacazette is going to come on now, is he? Or are they going to wait for this corner? He's stripped and ready for action. Saka's about to take this corner. I think Aubameyang might be going off. But I think we're going to have this corner first. Be just typical that Aubameyang scores when he's just about to be taken off. Saka with the corner. It wasn't a great corner, but it falls to Martinelli on the edge of the box, but he can't get around his shot and it goes wide. Wasn't a great corner, actually. I think the substitute's going to be made now. The corner came in. It was half cleared. Martinelli's shot, he just didn't get hold of it at all. It's gone harmlessly wide. And it is a goal kick to Villarreal. But again, we haven't made the substitution, actually. Not quite sure what the delay is getting Lacazette on. Not really sure what's happening at the moment with the substitution. But anyway, Villarreal took that goal kick and they're coming forward now. Surely a foul, is it? Kieran Tierney, he had hold of his shirt, and in fact, it is given as a free kick. I'm surprised that wasn't given a little bit earlier, actually. Kieran Tierney did grab Moreno's shirt. Of course, he's their top scorer, 26 goals. And their top scorer, Alexander Lacazette, with 19 this season, is about to come on. Oh, and Willian as well. Brilliant. We need a goal, so let's bring Willian on with all those great goals he's got for us. But I did say earlier, he's got a decent record in big games for Chelsea, so who knows? And he's our highest assist this season as well, assist maker this season. So let's hope he can find an assist in these last, 12, 13 minutes. But it is a free kick at the moment to Villarreal. We've still got some defending to do. And we've got to defend properly because, I say, if they score here, Villarreal, that was a dangerous ball, actually, but it did luckily bounce through to Bernd Leno. And now we can maybe launch a counter-attack. Pepe now steaming forward down that far side. Overran the ball slightly, but he's got away with it. Now Bellerin's ahead of him. We've got Aubameyang in the box. Bellerin puts a cross in towards Aubameyang's a header. He goes off the post. Nice, hit the post and it's cleared. Thought that was it then. Wasn't it just hit the post? It didn't. The goalie didn't save it. It's hit the post. It beat the keeper. Hit the inside of the post this time, and then they clear it away. Wow. I thought that was the moment then. I thought that was the goal. But that's Aubameyang's last involvement, actually. He's been taken off for Lacazette. And wasn't quite his night tonight, Aubameyang. But he got nearly 80 minutes. Willian's on as well for Kieran Tierney, because we didn't expect Kieran Tierney to last, did we? He's lasted nearly 80 minutes as well. So Bukayo Saka's filling in now at left back, and he's just conceded a free kick, actually. And Willian's come on to play on that left-hand side. And as Mark clearly puts there, yes, indeed, exactly, they were. That's twice Aubameyang hit the post, actually. He didn't get in this game much, did he? But he had the two big chances. He hasn't taken them. Obviously, in the semi-final last year, he did take them. We are running out of time. We have to say we're into the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time. Villarreal can't have a free kick. But let's remember, one goal's enough to put us through. And it only takes a second to score a goal, as Brian Clough once famously said. But it is a free kick on this near side, just in from the corner flag. It's almost like a corner, this, to Villarreal. And they have been dangerous, of course, from set pieces. That's played into the box. It is a dangerous ball. Defender got up, but the ball comes through to Bert Leno. Obviously, a goal from Villarreal now would mean we would need at least two just to take it to extra time. And we've had less than 10 minutes to do it. So I would say if Villarreal score, we're out. But anyway, we're currently coming forward. But we do need a goal. Hector Bellerin, who was putting a couple of good balls in the second half, finds Pepe. Smith Rowe dinks it into the far post. Lacazette's gone down. It's a free kick to Villarreal. Phil says, let's nick one late on, George Graham style. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, George Graham's team tended to have a lot more character about them, didn't they? Which was why we got so many late goals. And unfortunately, this team don't seem to have that same sort of character, do they? But we are still in it, and we have just hit the post. So we know that we can score. It's just obviously time's running out now, and it is getting rather tense. What's it, 8.5 minutes left of normal time. There's going to be a bit of stoppages as well. There's been a couple of injuries in the second half, a lot of substitutions as well. So we've probably got 15 minutes, I would say, in total to find a goal. But also, we have to stop Villarreal scoring as well, don't we? Because I say a goal from them now, and surely that knocks us out. Pepe now on his far side does well, actually. Skips past a defender. He's on a bit of a run now. Skips past another defender, but he's robbed there. Maybe did too much there. And now suddenly Villarreal have got an opportunity to break themselves. It's Moreno actually down the far side, getting past Rob Holding, is he? Rob Holding does well actually to get back and hold him up. But they're not in any rush now to come forward, are they, Villarreal? Dan there from the cricket field there. How you doing, Dan? Thanks for tuning in, mate. He says, come on, Arsenal. Hope they do it. Yeah, so do I, but it's not looking very likely at the minute, is it? A bit unfortunate a couple of times. That one, it just hit the post, but we're running out of time, aren't we? That's the thing. We are running out of time, but, you know, we've still got a chance still. You know, we've got, 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time. I say at least 10, 11, 12 minutes left, I think, in total with stoppage time as well. So we have got time to get the goal. We've certainly got enough attacking players on the pitch, haven't we, now, with Willian, Lacazette, Martinelli, Pepe, Saka. I know Saka's playing left back, but he's going to get forward as well, isn't he? Smith Rowe. You can't accuse Arteta of being defensive in his personnel. I think we've just wish we'd shown a little bit more urgency earlier on in this game, and we might not be in this position now. But good defending now, actually, from the left back, Pedraza on Bellerin, and now Villarreal can come forward themselves. But that was a poor ball, actually. Luckily, Smith Rowe's picked it up. And it's going to start really opening up now, isn't it? We're going to have to start throwing more people forward. We're deep into this last 10 minutes. Of course, this was a time in if you remember the Benfica game, we were on the verge of getting knocked out, and we did get a late goal. Ball played into the box. Oh, header comes in. The goalie again didn't look sure, did he? The defender got in front of him there. It was Torres with the header. And it's gone out for a corner to Arsenal. Again, the goalkeeper doesn't look sure, does he? Any cross at all. And it's Willian with his corner on the near side. Can we get the goal? Dan says they're not out of it yet. You could do with one of them last minute goals you always got against us until this season. No, we always did used to score a last minute goal against you guys, didn't we? A few good winners. There's been a bit of a clash in the penalty as a corner came in, but Villarreal have cleared it away. Bellerin hooks it back in, but again it's cleared. Martinelli then lashes the ball forward towards Lacazette, but again it's a Villarreal body underneath it. Goes out for a throw to Arsenal on the far side. Yeah, we did tend to get a lot of late goals against Burnley, didn't we? I remember the Koscielny one that was handball, was it? And then that penalty from Sanchez, wasn't it, in the last minute as well? Got us a couple of big wins at your spot. And of course, there was one at the Emirates as well, wasn't there? That was that a penalty from Sanchez as well, wasn't it? Very late goal at the Emirates. I remember one year we went top of the league that day, actually. But anyway, those were the days, being top of the league. Now we're struggling to get through in the Europa League semi-final against Villarreal. But anyway, how the mighty have fallen. Still, Villarreal coming forward now. Great work there from Martinelli. He's given away a free kick, but what great work rate that was from Martinelli. He came back 40 yards to chase down the Villarreal player, and he did catch him late, but it was great desire from Martinelli. That does sometimes make you wonder why he maybe didn't start the game, but anyway, it was a foul he gave away on the substitute. Pino, who's actually been in the wars a bit, hasn't he, since he's come on. He's had a few knocks, but Villarreal got a free kick, which wastes a bit more time for them, doesn't it? It's midway inside the Arsenal half on this left-hand side. It's just played in towards the box there, towards Moreno, but it's run out of play. There's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. 4.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Not a lot of time, is it, to get this goal if we're going to get it? And instead we're now playing it out from the back from the goal kick. A long ball now, this time from Leno, but again it's Albiol wins a header. He's been solid at the back for Villarreal, hasn't he? Ball played through, and again it's a free kick to Villarreal. That was Pablo Mari that time. Again it was on the substitute, Pino. It's going to be a yellow card, is it, for... Oh, he's booked the Villarreal player there for pretending to show a yellow card. Well done to the referee, actually. That was good play, actually, from him. Well played. And it's Pino, the substitute, who's had a bit of a rough time in this game, and he's now got a yellow card. Dan says, how's Michael and McManaman commentating professionally? And it's solid commentary for me. Well, I'm just trying my best, really. You know, just trying to get through the games as we can, really. But anyway, Villarreal have a free kick. If they score now, it's going to be all over. It was a header from Moreno, but easy for Bernd Leno. Throws it out now in John Lukic style at Anfield. But of course, he hasn't got Lee Dixon and Alan Smith, and we almost give the ball away again. In fact, we have given it away again. This could be a chance for Villarreal. This will actually put the nail in the coffin. Cross across the box again, but again, it's Bernd Leno. Now, Willian steaming forward down his near side for Arsenal. 3 minutes of normal time remaining. Martinelli to Willian. He's done well here, actually, Willian. This is a great run. Can he deliver a ball into the box? Actually, it was well defended, to be fair, from Villarreal again, and they're coming forward themselves. But they've just given the ball away. Now, can we get an opportunity here? Smith Rowe. Twists and turns. This is a good run from Smith Rowe. Again, it's Willian on his far side. Can he get the cross in this time? It was deflected away last time. Can he do a better cross this time? He can. Into the near post. Lacazette. It falls to Martinelli. No, Lacazette again. Bellerin on the edge of the box. Bellerin shot. Hits a defender. Comes back to Bellerin. Martinelli on the far post. It's deflected away. In fact, I think it's offside. It was Bellerin's shot there was deflected with his 1930s style moustache. Hector Bellerin, was he going to be the hero there? It hit the defender, and then I'm not sure who was offside there actually, but anyway, the ball ended up going wide anyway. Martinelli and Lacazette seemed to get in each other's way in the build up to that, and then the shot from Bellerin was blocked by a defender, and they have defended for their lives here, Villarreal. We just haven't quite shown enough. Well, Roma have just scored again, 3-2. In fact, they've just put the attempts up on the screen now. We've had one shot on target, and Villarreal have had 7. And we need to score a goal in to get through to the final. That's unfortunately explains why we're in the situation that we're in. But as I said, we're going to take a second to score a goal. And at the moment, we're still in it. 88.5 minutes played of normal time. We're trying to come forward again. Thomas Partey plays out to Hector Bellerin, basically just playing on the wing now. steaming forward, actually finds Pepe outside him inside the penalty area. Pepe twists and turns, he's got to the byline, pulls it back to Bellerin. It's blocked again, is it? Goes out for a corner. We're certainly piling the pressure on here. Mark C says, we're so sloppy midfield, giving away possession far too easy. Yeah, we have been. We wish Xhaka actually in there. And Phil says, Jesus, what we've got to do to get one in? Well, exactly, but maybe we just need a little bit more quality in that final third. It's just not quite happening. I mean, Bellerin's just had 2 chances when we need a goal. He's not the most likely goal scorer, is he? One goal this season and only about 5 in his Arsenal career, I think it is. You know, Willian with a corner this time goes too deep, actually, and it's headed away from the substitute backer for Villarreal. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, but there's a player down in the penalty area. I think it might be Nicolas Pepe, actually, for Arsenal. We certainly don't want to be wasting any time, do we? In fact, he was almost wrestled to the ground there. Is that not a penalty? But Pepe seems to think it should have been. But I guess we did get a very, very soft penalty last week, didn't we? Now, Villarreal are making 2 substitutes. I'm guessing they're both going to be defensive players. It's going to be the left back, Pedraza's going off for Moreno, the other Moreno, the one who used to play for Liverpool, left back. And I'm assuming that the other guy is going to be a defender as well who's come on. Villarreal would be silly not to bring more defenders on, really, wouldn't they? We're now into stoppage time. If it's going to be something, it's going to be dramatic for Arsenal. I don't know how much stoppage time hasn't come up yet, actually, on the board. I think Arsenal are making a substitute as well, are we? No, we're going to take this throw in now. Bukayo Saka. I don't know how much stoppage time there is because it hasn't come up. But we are 35 seconds into stoppage time. I would imagine there's got to be at least 4 minutes, 4 or 5. There's been a couple of injuries. There's been a lot of substitutions. Surely there's got to be 5 minutes. Has there? It still hasn't come up yet, so I don't know how long we've got left. But it's certainly not very long. A goal now at either end wins this tie. 5 minutes, it says. It is 5 minutes. Yeah, I thought it might be. So we've still got a little bit of time, but we need to be better than that from Martinelli. Great tackle that from Pablo Mari. And suddenly now Villarreal have got a break on. Then comes steaming out of his goal and he gets there first, but I think it was an offside against Villarreal anyway, is it? I don't know, the referee's actually blown his whistle. I'm not quite sure what for. He's getting his yellow card out, actually, the referee. Don't know who for. He's looking around. He seems a bit confused as to who he's meant to be showing a yellow card to. In fact, Eddie Nketiah has come on while all that was going on. In fact, it's Eddie Nketiah who's going to get a yellow card. His first involvement was a late challenge there on Francis Coquelin. And Eddie Nketiah's first involvement in this game is to get a yellow card. Well, we've certainly got every single attacking player that we've got in the squad on the pitch now. Apart from Aubameyang, obviously, he's gone off earlier on. But everybody else is now on. Everybody's on. Lacazette, Nketiah, Saka, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Martinelli. But we're not really throwing the kitchen sink at it, are we? In fact, Villarreal have got possession now with 2.5 minutes left of stoppage time. It's getting to the stage where it's now or never. We have got a throw now on this near side. It's just not, overall, it's not been good enough from Arsenal, let's face it. Even if we managed to snatch a goal now, it was actually Bellerin that went off for Nketiah just to clear that up. Doesn't really matter, to be fair. We're in the last 2.5 minutes of this semi-final. This is basically the last 2.5 minutes of our season, possibly the last 2.5 minutes of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal management career as well. Unless one of these players in red can come up with a moment, a magic moment in these last few seconds that remain. Are we going to be doing? We've had a few famous last-minute goals, haven't we? Obviously, the one at Anfield. There was a one in the FA Cup final, Andy Linnigan, if you remember. That's Eddie Nketiah there. It was a little bit late again. Maybe could have got a second yellow there, but anyway, he has managed to stay on. So maybe he's going to score the winning goal now with the last kick of the game. In fact, he did get that late goal, didn't he, against Fulham a couple of weeks ago in the Premier League. Yeah, it was in the 96th minute. We're not maybe going to get 6 minutes in this, but we've played 3.5 minutes out of 5. So it is basically now, if it's a free kick to Villarreal, they just play it in towards the corner. Obviously, what they're going to do, it's gone out there, it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal, but no runs to get the nearest ball. It's going to have to be now something special Mark C says that even if we score now, for the bulk of this match, Arteta has been scored by Emery. He certainly has. In fact, over the 2 games, you could say that in actual fact. But anyway, let's hope that we can find a goal. I don't care about that if we manage to win and get through. It's a long ball forward. Again, it was a Villarreal head. The defence hoofs it clear. They don't trust their goalie, do they? It's not surprising, but we haven't put him under anywhere near enough pressure. We just won a free kick now. We're into the last minute of stoppage time. I think there might be a bit more, actually, just because there's been a couple of hold-ups since the 5 minutes went up. Thomas Partey now coming forward. Can someone be a hero for Arsenal? What a moment it would be if we can get this last-minute winning goal. There's another free kick, surely, to Arsenal there. Look, Pepe was held off. Referee says no. The last 30 seconds of the 5 minutes. Pablo Mari's with the ball now, but it's inside the centre circle. He comes forward now. Are we going to get an opportunity? One chance. Come on. One more chance. Saka finds Martinelli. We're into the final few seconds here. Are we going to get an opportunity? Thomas Partey. Again, we're forced backwards. Rob Holding. We've got to get the ball in the box. Put it in the box. Pepe does now put it into the box, but again, it's not a very good ball. It's cleared away. Pablo Mari heads it back on again. He's flicked on towards Lacazette in the penalty area. Lacazette tries to hold it up, but again, Coquelin it is who comes out for Villarreal. We've played the 5 minutes now and it's gone. The whistle's gone. We're out.
They rejected 18 months ago, a defeat which leaves them trophyless this season, and barring a big finish in the Premier League, out of Europe next season as well. Tremendous performance, and hats off.
Not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Not one of them players did enough for me tonight, and that sums up the season. They're just not good enough. You know, Saka looks disappointed, and obviously Saka has, you know, been one of the only players this season who's deserved it. The first half was not good enough at all for a game of this importance. No intensity, no desire. The second half was better. We was unlucky with that header from Aubameyang that hit the post. We hit the post in the first half as well. The header in particular was really unlucky. But I think over the 2 legs we haven't been good enough. All season we haven't been good enough, and I suppose we've got what we've deserved. As Mark said there, I think Arteta has been schooled by Emery over 2 games. Just goes to show, doesn't it? You know, Emery may not have been the right fit for Arsenal, and I'm not going to try and pretend otherwise now. We've lost to him. But the experienced manager is always going to come out on top, and that's what's happened tonight. You know, we've lost on 2 legs to a Villarreal side who was sixth in La Liga, and that sums up where we are. Dan says, unlucky. Do you think this spells the end for Arteta? It's got to, hasn't it? It's got to. You know, we're going to finish mid-table in the Premier League. We're not going to be in Europe next season, and just not good enough. That first half performance tonight really summed up why it is the end for Arteta, because the team just didn't show enough desire. I feel a bit sorry for some of these younger players. You know, Smith Rowe and Saka look really disappointed. They deserve more. They deserve better. Some of the rest of them don't, quite frankly. And unfortunately, if we're not in Europe next season, the overhaul of the squad, which is desperately needed, just isn't going to happen. And I just think we're going to have to start getting used to mid-table finishes in the Premier League. You know, we're just not. It's not good enough, is it? It is not. It's not good enough at all. And I don't know. Thomas says there, oh, well, thank you, Richard. Good night. Yeah, good night, Thomas. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, it couldn't be a better result and a better performance. Villarreal celebrating on the Emirates pitch, which is never nice to see, is it? But fair play to them. They deserved it. I thought tonight they deserved it, and probably over the 2 legs as well. 3 of the 4 halves, they were probably the better team than us. Francis Coquelin gets to the final, of course, after he was another player deemed not good enough for us. Emery wasn't deemed good enough for us, and now they're in the final. And we've just got nothing to look forward to, have we? To be honest with you, we've got, 4 league games left now. I'm not that interested in any of them, I've got to be totally honest. We're in massive trouble, aren't we, as a club now? Without Europe next season, we are in massive, massive trouble. I was worried about tonight. I just wasn't sure if we had enough in us to do it. and we just haven't had enough to do it, have we? Dan says, "Yeah, would you welcome the bid for the Gunners there, Joe, on Spotify?" Well, are they going to sell? That's the question, isn't it? I would say more than anything, it's all very well someone wanting to buy it, and that's great. And he does seem to have Arsenal in his heart, and obviously the legends as well. But you've got to ask yourself, are the Kroenkes going to sell? Seems unlikely. Seems unlikely to me. And anyway, you know, if a new owner's coming in, again, we haven't got the European money. We're out of Europe completely next season. It's going to be very difficult, isn't it, for any owner to come in? I can't see the Kroenkes selling now anyway. Just can't see it at all. It's going to be interesting to see what happens actually in terms of Arteta. I personally would sack him now before tonight. I would get rid of him. There's no point keeping him, is there? It's not working. You know, he had a chance to redeem himself, and the team had a chance to redeem themselves in this competition, and they haven't taken it. Come up short tonight, wasn't good enough, and I can't see any reason to keep him now. Cannot see any reason at all to keep Arteta. Whoever the owner is, I'm not that interested at the moment. You know, look at that mess on the pitch there. Absolute embarrassment, really, this season's been. And tonight, that's not good enough, is it? That's not acceptable for an Arsenal team, is it? To in a semi-final game that important to perform like this, especially in that first half. Just not acceptable at all. Mark says there, "Hi, how you doing, Mark?" I'll say it's a shame, isn't it, that this is not really good enough. We wasn't good enough tonight. And Shane says there, "Trust the process. I want to wake up in the morning with Arteta gone." I want Arteta gone before I go to sleep, quite honestly. But yeah, what process is it? There is no process at Arsenal, is there? There hasn't been. And we've got a Chelsea fan in as well. Says London is blue. Well, not quite sure about that yet. A few years of brief history that you've bought is not the same as 140 years of proper history, is it? But anyway, we'll give you your moment. I suppose you are in the Champions League final, and just goes to show, though, doesn't it? Where you were, we were actually above you in the league when you still had Lampard. It just goes to show when you get a proper manager who knows what they're doing, what difference it can make with underperforming players. We've left it too late, and you know, whatever process it is that we've got, it's a joke, quite honestly, and it's just not good enough. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? To be fair, though, Kiki, there, seeing as you come in the chat, I think you need to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel as well, and then I will cheer for Chelsea in the final. No, actually, I won't. I don't actually care who wins the Champions League final. It's just an oil final, isn't it? And everything that's wrong with football at the moment, probably. But anyway, fair play to Chelsea for getting in. They played well last night, and unfortunately, we are nowhere near that level, are we? But then we've had nowhere near that investment, I suppose, as well, is another way of looking at it. But anyway, that's for another time. It's just, yeah, not been good enough. And, you know, we shouldn't really be surprised, should we? I think tonight we all hoped that we would be able to produce a sort of performance that we've occasionally managed to do. But it's another home game without a win. That's 6 in a row now. Luckily, we've only got Sam Allardyce at the weekend at West Brom to play. But, you know, if we beat them, they're down. So no doubt they'll be really motivated and come to the Emirates and win. But anyway, we'll see. Phil says there he has to go. We lack direction, any focus. Such a poor side. It's disappointing. I don't think it's a poor side. There's some good players in there. They're not performing anywhere near the level that they can. And that's down to one man, and that's the coach. And yeah, we lack direction and focus. That's exactly it. That's exactly what we do lack. And unfortunately, that comes from the coach. He's not good enough, and he's got to go. And I want him gone. I'm gonna wait up late tonight because I want to make sure that he's gone before I go to sleep, because he can't survive this. He can't. And if he does, you know, it just shows what ambition the club have got, which is basically none. And you know, I don't know, the owner situation is a thing as well. You can guarantee that all these people that want Arteta in, trust the process, they're the ones who want Kroenke out. And if Kroenke goes, a new owner comes in, Arteta's the first one out the door, and rightly so. And I would definitely back that without a shadow of a doubt. Terry says, out of the 2 games, we didn't deserve nothing, no pride, hope. hope they feel embarrassed. We didn't dominate 145 minutes. We need a big clear out, including Arteta, and bring some pride back to the team. Exactly, we do. To be honest, at this moment in time, I remember when things were looking quite bad in the last few weeks of Unai Emery's reign at Arsenal. I got to the point where I just wanted him gone, and I didn't care who we got. It's almost like that now. People are talking about Sarri. Right at this moment in time, anybody that's actually knows what they're doing, an experienced manager who's managed at the top level, will do me at this moment in time, just to get rid of this absolute shite manager that we've got, who just hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Just unbelievable. Dan says Arsene in. Yeah, I think maybe that ship's slightly sailed, but I certainly feel Arsene Wenger even now would do a better job than Arteta's done. I don't think there's any question about it. He would get more out of this team. In fact, this group of players is probably better than the final kind of group of players that he had probably in his last season. So I don't know. I mean, we got knocked out in the semi-final that year as well, didn't we? But although that was to Atletico Madrid, who are actually a decent team. Villarreal are all right, but they're nowhere near top quality, are they? Man United are going to rip them to bits in the final. I feel certain that they will. But then again, Emery's got a great record in this competition, hasn't he? So who knows? But anyway, it is what it is. I'm just so disappointed, really. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. That was a sort of performance that I suppose we should have expected, really. Shane says the players have down tools or don't have a clue what to do. Arteta the wrong thing to happen with this club a long time. Totally agree. I wanted to get behind him. I like Arteta as a man. I like him. I think he's a good coach. He's just not a manager. He's not a number one. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. And there's a Liverpool fan in there. What's the Europa League? We wouldn't know. Well, no, you wouldn't know. Although you was in it a few years ago. I said you remember getting to the final and losing to Unai Emery, actually. But anyway, he said it's only a game, always next year. Yeah, it is only a game. You're absolutely right. But it's more than it feels a little bit more than that at the moment, doesn't it? And it won't be next year for us because we won't be in it. So anyway, enjoy finishing fifth and playing the Europa League yourself next season, because that's where you're going to end up, aren't you, as well? So there you go. But anyway, that's a debate for another story, another day. But yeah, what can you say, really? I mean, just disappointed, really. Not good enough. And yeah, Arteta's got to go. Simple as that. He's got to go. And the Liverpool fan was just laughing. Yeah, I mean, you may well be in the Europa League yourself next year, so I wouldn't be laughing too much. But I'm sure if you're in it, you'll probably do a lot better than we have, and you'll probably get to the final and win it, because let's face it, the standard certainly this year has been really poor, hasn't it? I think the Europa League, it's been one of the weakest Europa Leagues in recent years, and even then we couldn't make the final, could we? So anyway, that's that really. It's done. Like you said, next year's all we've got to think about now, because this season's over with. It's done, and Arteta should be signing on at a job centre tomorrow. Not that you're allowed to go anywhere, I don't think. You'd have to probably do it online, I would imagine, because obviously you're not allowed to go anywhere still because of all the other restrictions that we've got. So it's good that Arsenal social distance themselves from Europe anyway next season, which was nice of them to do that, wasn't it? But yeah, this season for me can't finish quickly enough. We have still got 4 games left to play. One of which is against Chelsea, isn't it? So let's hope we can kick a few of their players, injure them out of the final, and that'll be good. A Liverpool fan back in again. He says, you need a new owner. Yeah, we do need a new owner. The Spotify guy will transform the club. Well, let's hope he would. If he gets the opportunity, let's hope he can. But I'm not sure if that alone is the answer. Is he an Abramovich type? Is he going to be an Abramovich type owner? Is he going to be a Sheikh Mansour type owner who's going to want success for the club and prepared to put the money in? We don't know, do we? We don't know. He certainly talks a good game, but when you're there, it's different, isn't it? So we'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath about any of that, because I can't see the Kroenke selling, if I'm totally honest. Terry says we can't go down. So like you said, get him out tonight and start looking, and don't worry. Exactly. I would get rid of him tonight and then just, promote, I don't know, Steve Round or somebody to take charge till the end of the season, the last 4 games. Take our time and get the right choice. For the next manager's got to be right. Arteta gets the blame. but it comes from the top. But your owner wasn't even watching the game. Guys, disgraceful. Well, no, I totally agree. He probably wasn't watching the game, and even if he was, I don't think he really cares. But we'll see if he gets rid of Arteta, or I know it's probably not just the owner's decision, is it? I guess it's the whole board at the club make the decision, I suppose. But we'll see what happens over the next 24, 48 hours. But yeah, I don't see how Arteta can keep his job. Honestly, I don't. And I agree, the problems at Arsenal are far more than just the manager. There's no doubt about that. But that is a big problem as well. It's been a big problem all season. And I'm sorry, Mikel Arteta. I do think you're a nice guy and you have got nice hair. And I do like you, but you're not the right man. You've held the club back for the last year and a half. You won the FA Cup last year, yes, and that was great. Only really played well in one game, which was that the semi-final. We were fortunate in the final. We were 1-0 down. Could have been a lot more. They had a man sent off, and we maybe got lucky, but we'll obviously take it. It's fantastic to win that, but I think that did cover up the cracks, papered over a lot of problems, as our run in the Europa League has as well. And, it would have been great to have won it and been in the Champions League, and maybe that might have saved your job. But ultimately, you're not good enough for the club. You're not good enough for what we need. And, yes, we were unlucky with the shots off the post. They're just showing them now. We was unfortunate there. And Aubameyang very nearly won us a semi-final again, didn't he? Even though he's only, 80%, 90% fit. But, yeah, it is a shame. But anyway, I'm going to start wrapping up now, I think. Thanks to all you guys in the chat. It's been great. Sorry, the game, we didn't get the right result, but it's been great to see some fans of other clubs in. Obviously, Dan from the Burnley fan from the cricket field end. Great guy. Been on the channel a few times. Thanks for your support, mate, as well. And I say we've got a Liverpool fan in as well. Thanks for tuning in. And good luck for the rest of the season as well. You never know. You might make the top four still. And then, again, like you said, you won't be in the Europa League, will you? Which I'm sure it's not where you want to be as a club either, is it? It's not really good enough, is it? So, but anyway, it is what it is. Thanks to obviously the usual guys as well, Terry and Shane, Phil, Mark C as well, of course, Thomas as well, Terry's dad. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for all your comments, and Mark C as well, of course, who was in earlier, and Ian as well earlier. If you haven't done so, please give it a like as well before you leave. And please subscribe as well if you haven't done so. I know most of you guys probably have done already. Shay says, thanks, Rich. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, just quickly before I go, I'll be doing a video of this game tomorrow, the review video, and I will put a preview of West Brom out. I'm not sure if I can even face doing a watch-along of that on Sunday yet. I will be doing a watch-along of the Arsenal women on Sunday, their final league game of the season. They're still in the FA Cup, so there's a little bit more to play for with the Arsenal women. And I'll be covering their game against Aston Villa on Sunday. I think that kicks off at 2 o'clock, I think. I'll definitely do a watch along of that. By the time 7 o'clock comes for the Arsenal game, I would have probably had enough of football. So I don't know if I'm too motivated to do that. I'll see. But there will be a video out tomorrow of this game. I will be doing a preview of West Brom, and I will be doing a watch along of the Arsenal women on Sunday. So if any of that appeals to you, please click the subscribe button. Please like the channel. And I say listen out for all of that. And Phil says there, I'm away to sulk. I'm gutted out with a whimper. We were out of a whimper, yeah. But sums up the season, doesn't it? And I'm off to sulk as well. I was going to go on a fan cam show, but I don't think I can be bothered now, if I'm totally honest. Terry says, well done, Richard. Not easy for you tonight. Chin up, mate. See you soon. Night, Shane. Yeah, hopefully, I'll say I'll definitely do a watch over the women on Sunday. Definitely. They're certainly more exciting to watch, and they don't let you down quite as much at the moment either. So a bit more exciting. But anyway, thanks to all you guys. And what I'm gutted about, actually, just before we go, I'm gutted about this because I had this little thing I made for a big moment tonight. And I couldn't play it because we didn't score. And I actually had one for Villarreal as well. But that's maybe more suitable to ours, actually, the boo one. But I had a couple of goal things ready to go as well because I thought there might have been some goals. I was hoping we might have scored a few, and it was all ready to go. But unfortunately, I couldn't even use them. So I'm going to save them for the Arsenal women now on Sunday. I'll try and use them for that against Aston Villa and hope I can get a chance to use them for that instead. Now I've made them, I want to use them. So Anyway, I'm sure that'll happen eventually. But I say thanks for watching, everybody. All you Arsenal fans out there, sorry it wasn't a better result, but maybe long term this might lead to all the changes that we need at the top of the club, all the way down to the actual manager on the pitch as well. Let's hope so, because changes are needed, or we're going to suffer seasons like this for a long while to come, aren't we? So it is what it is. We have to move on, and hopefully things will be better soon. And Shane says, take it easy, Terry. Thanks, but yeah, we'll take it easy, all you guys as well. I say thank you guys for watching as well. But I say let's hope for some better times ahead. But I don't know how long they'll be really. But anyway, so look out for the video tomorrow, the review of this game. I'm sure Arteta will get some stick, and rightly so, and the team as well. And also as well, I will be previewing the West Brom game, and look out for the watch along of the women at 2:00 on Sunday. And I don't know about the West Brom game. Can I be bothered? I don't know. I'll think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll just go away and I'm going to have a cup of tea and reflect on what's been the worst season I can remember in 40 odd years watching Arsenal. So yeah, very disappointing, but it's nearly over and we can enjoy the summer, and that's that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Take it easy. Come on, you guys.